Oh, fuck, we're recording. Welcome back to CrawlCast. We are coming to you all the way from Moab, Utah, and we have a star-studded cast with us today. We have Chris with iDrive and the inevitable, can't get him away, return of Diezel.
You have your own microphone.
It's already started.
That sound like clapping?
Yeah. No.
Damn it.
Sounds like someone's breathing hard into the microphone.
So thank you guys so much for joining us. This is really kind of turned into a last-minute trip that I think was thought up about a month ago, or maybe just a tad more or a tad less. I don't really remember. And we have such an awesome group of guys out here today, and we are truly honored and humbled to have two of the most awesome people with us. I was on a roll.
Something wrong with the audio?
You just saying that makes me think like this. You know it's hot out here for a pimp when you got no money for the rent.
With all the Cadillac.
You don't know the
Cadillac and
with
gas
all
money
the
spinning. Got a whole lot of bitches jumping shit.
Let's try it again.
Wait. I need to hit levels. So. Check.
Hello, my name's Adam. I love everybody.
This is Chris going down the street to get some milk.
Ooh, I would like some milk for some
Milk's
cookies.
pretty good right now.
Milk for some cookies.
Yeah.
Oreos.
Milk this dick.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
I take back my comment about the Oreos.
Oreo this dick.
Keep talking.
That's not going to be hard for him.
Yes. Dip this dick in milk and stick it in your face and rub it all over because you love the silky feel of my cock.
Oh, okay, that's enough.
We're good.
That's enough. Wrap it up.
Okay, I think we're ready.
All right. Welcome back to CrawlCast. We are coming to you from Moab, Utah. We have some of the, well, at least my most favorite guys in the industry. We have Chris from iDrive today, and we also have Diezel Krentz, both on their own journeys to get here. Chris is a little bit closer, but Diezel, like normal, has driven his Jeep 8 million miles to get here.
And I'm just saying, don't rub the microphone.
It was 31,000, Adam.
31,000 miles to get here.
Zigzag.
31,000?
31,000 was the number that came out of my mouth. I feel like I have a production voice right now. It was 31,000 miles.
But this trip kind of
2,100.
this trip kind of got put together because Easter Jeep Safari was canceled, and I think we kind of jokingly dubbed this Memorial Day Jeep Safari. So, but we are absolutely honored and humbled to have Chris and Diezel sitting with us again. Chris for the first time and Diezel again. So I appreciate you guys coming on. Chris, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and talk to us about iDrive?
Well, obviously, I'm Chris from iDrive. Currently, we now reside in St. George. I'll do it the American way. St. George.
What's the Australian way?
St. George.
St. George?
St. Judge?
St. George.
St. Judge?
Yeah, St. George.
I said it so bad, didn't I?
You sounded like a ninja.
I'm still
You know
yet
what
to
ninjas
hear
sound
an
like.
American do a really good Australian accent. So, game on for this.
13.
boys.
Oh, it's on for the next 2 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
13, 14,
15.
15,
No.
13, 18.
13, 18.
13,
Yeah.
You got to say, for everybody out there,
Crocky.
that's not a knife. This is a knife.
And no, we don't cook shrimp on the barbies either.
Shrimp on the
And we don't drink Fosters.
Out of the oil can?
Oh, God. I did see one of them at Nashville.
Oh,
When we did the Nashville show, the Unlimited Off-Road, we were all out at one of the clubs with it was a Jeep like display, and there it was, just sitting right on the edge. And funny enough, it was 3/4 full. Someone just abandoned it.
Yeah, somebody can only choke down a quarter of it.
I remember that beer, and it's horrible.
Yeah,
It's
gross.
disgusting.
You know, it's funny, though, because in Mexico, they don't drink Coronas or Tecate or anything. They drink Budweiser.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably because it's cheaper.
And only
No, it's imported.
Yeah, but it's probably cheaper.
only stupid
maybe.
Americans drink that shit.
So the thing was that no Australian drank Foster's. It like just fell off the shelf, and it's like no one wants it anymore.
I like it.
But
Of course you do.
Like drinking?
so we marketed it like we loved the stuff, and we pushed it towards America, and they loved it and bought it, like the whole brand. Let's just buy that brand, and I don't know how they're making money off it.
It's gross.
Because it's disgusting.
Because of stupid Americans.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Okay, you can say that.
There are some stupid Americans.
Some very
Hey, but
stupid
seriously, you just installed an iDrive on his Jeep at the beginning of the trail. Like,
On Ryan's, yeah.
what happened?
So we pulled into Cliffhanger. I dropped down into the trail, went down the big hill. Chris opens the driver door and he's like, "Do we ever put iDrive in here?" And I was like, "No." And he just disappeared. I don't know where he went, but he came back with this cool little white box.
No, we never did,
Like
but
a
I got this
boomerang.
sweet ass pedal commander.
No, we take the pedal commanders and we throw them in the bin because they're no good.
What's the bin?
The rubbish.
Oh, the trash.
Oh, okay.
Trash.
Trash.
The garbage.
The garbage.
We don't even say garbage. We
So
just
he,
say the bin.
he came back,
Rubbish.
flipped the door open, and the next thing you know, he's contortioning himself underneath my dashboard. And he's like, "Well, so when you're wheeling, you want to keep it in E3. I do not recommend U9 for the trail."
No,
I was
unless,
like, "Oh."
So E
all
is
right.
economy.
yeah, so it slows the pedal down.
So I tried to race a Razor after we got off the trail.
And got smoked.
I was still in E3.
Dude, there's plenty of times I get off the trail and get on the highway and they're like, "Oh, there's a car coming. What's going on? Oh, U9. Bang.
Yeah.
Gone."
What's the U? You think it would be a P, right? Power.
Well, it's ultimate. So you want the ultimate setting for your ultimate sensitivity.
There you go.
But
That doesn't start with an O. Oh, it's a
yeah,
U.
it's a
Yeah,
U.
I'm trying. Like I'm thinking, like we got the power. Like we got the ultimate. Dude, it's getting kind of iDrive. It's getting
Hey, do
kind
you
of
want to do a jingle?
iDrive.
Do you want to do a jingle for us? Not right now.
I'm going to start
I'll
calling
jingle
him.
these nuts on your chin.
We're going to start calling him Charlie Sheen.
Winning.
So I know Ryan's got a Hemi in it, and I have a 5.3 litre Chev in mine, and I know it helps me out immensely because you don't get that launch of power straight away. You can ease into that throttle.
So
Right.
we turned into where Ryan had his truck and trailer parked. And I was kind of ragging on him. I looked over, I'm like, "Oh, dude, you're still in economy." So then he put it in a U9, get back out onto the highway, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, chirping tires felt like I was going to roll my Jeep, putting it back onto the highway."
Yeah, so I came hard out of Rory's shop to come to the condo, and I have no sway bars, and I hammered the throttle. Front tire came off the ground, and I was like, "Oh, I could have reached over and smacked the ground because I have no sway bars." So much body roll, but
Yeah.
it was the amount of power that I felt from before the iDrive to after the iDrive was definitely noticeable between E3 and U9.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't add power. We just move the map.
So maybe
So
we
you-
should tell them the story between you and I.
Wow. Talking about eat and crow.
Yeah.
That's an American term.
Which-
There you go. I learned
Which
that this
story
year.
are we talking about?
I learned.
Okay,
you know how I learned that this year? Because Kevin Williams had to do the same thing.
Why do you?
Next subject. Nope.
Yeah. Don't,
Next.
Anyway,
That's
lights
all I
aren't-
need to talk about with him. Next, moving on.
The lights
Anyway,
aren't bright enough. Keep going.
All right.
So anyway,
Stephen Lindsay had gotten iDrive, and he put it in, and he raved about it.
In the
And-
JK?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
And-
going back, what, a year and a half?
At
2 years
least,
nearly?
at least, maybe 2 years.
Probably 2 years.
Actually, my Jeep was running, so yeah,
Probably 2 years.
I mean, it runs. It just doesn't move.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he goes out and goes brum and sits there and goes, meh, driving
Oh
down
yeah.
the road.
Oh yeah. He's like, "Hey, bro, can you shake the back of it so I can feel like I'm
Hey,
going down the trail?"
just for your information, in America we say room. We're not.
He's rolling down the road, you know what I mean? It's like you go over a bump and it's like, oh.
Is that a Barbie Jeep or
Yeah, well, that's, hey.
I'm a Barbie girl.
a Barbie.
no?
So
So-
continue.
That was
horrible, right?
So back to the story.
That was good.
Stephen puts the iDrive in there, and I mentioned something like it's a placebo. It's not
Placebo. What is that? I'm sorry.
It's something that you think it's going to work because
You want it
your
to.
mind is working for you, and it really has no physical effect.
It's like me giving you alcohol and you acting drunk, but I gave you water.
This is water.
Yeah, it's Coors Light.
So were those
No, I got it.
margaritas.
So it's
So
fake.
Yeah. So I was under the assumption that it's just it's a gimmick. Oh, and Chris,
Basically, he called
can I
Chris
add on
fake.
to this now?
what's that?
Can I add on to this now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have this guy on Facebook going,
This
dude,
what?
this guy on Facebook
Guy.
just start commenting, dude, this is shit. It's not going to work. It's a placebo. And just hammered the thread. I'm like, who is this guy? I'm like, really? Like, I'm not even friends with you, dude. Who the hell are you? So I start going backwards and forwards, and it's Gabe. And I'm like, dude, you know what? So I personal message him. I say, you know what, dude? I want you to like try it. And if it works for you and you're like blown away from it, you're my number one supporter on Facebook. He's like, all right, no worries. I'll do that. Because he thought he was going to like, well, that just gives me proof that it doesn't work. I'm going to bag the crap out of it.
Yeah, I was ready to just hammer him, but I got it. I put it in, and yeah,
I pretty got a message within half an hour after he got it. Holy shit.
And I liked this so much, I made that video for
Yeah.
you. And
It's like, look, we'll see what it's like going up this hill. Yeah, we went up the hill, all right, didn't we?
oh yeah, I tripped tire too.
Yeah.
A 3.8 on 40s tripping tire. I was very impressed.
So it has a amazing power performance, but I didn't know when you just brought up is you said E3 because somebody like me, I can't move my feet. So when I will, and actually a lot of people when they start wheeling, throttle compromise is such a learning curve that they don't even understand, and then
Getting them to use
until
the
they
brake.
start to
Yeah.
think about the whole throttle compromise, and sometimes you want to hit the gas, but you need to have that smooth transition. So what exactly are you talking about when you said E3? Like if a
so
beginner
it slows-
off-roader
yeah.
can actually use this as a tool to help them.
Correct. So what it does, because it slows the pedal down, you don't get that jerkiness. So it's like, the best way to describe it is back in the day when you had, like even today, you have stall converters in automatics in a fast car, so you can put
If
your
you
foot on
don't
the
know what
brake.
a stall converter is, it allows your engine to turn a certain RPM without excelling you forward. If your stall is 1,000 RPMs, that means you're not going to move anywhere until your vehicle becomes 1,000 RPMs, and then the converter will allow you to move forward.
Damn, that was some good detail.
So
A lot of people I don't think know what that means.
it mimics that. So you get to an obstacle and it's like this. So you can put your front wheels up it and slowly ease your foot into the throttle, and it just walks up it because you can push the pedal down and just feed the power on slowly. It's not a big jerk. So you're not hard on the Jeep, and you got more traction, more control.
Yeah, especially if you have an Atlas or a lower gear ratio. I was messing around with it in the parking lot. You'd stab it, and it would go and jerk real back and forth. We put it on E3, and it was just nice and easy, straight up.
You just put the Atlas in.
Yep.
So you're a beginner Atlas.
Yep, that's it. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be difficult with the brake and the gas. And you put that thing in 4 low, front and rear.
You don't need to put your foot in the brake.
No, you put your foot on the brake, it'll keep going.
Yeah.
You push right through the brake every time.
So what, like, if you're off-roading, E3's easy to remember because the E is this way and the 3 is this way, so you can remember. But what if I went to E1 or E9? What is the difference? Is E9 more of a delay?
Yes. So the higher the number in the E, the more the delay you get. And it's the same in the U. The higher the number, the more sensitive the pedal gets. So U9 is what we call fun 9, and Ryan will tell you it's the
fun.
reason why
It's
it's
fun.
fun.
And then in the fuel mileage standpoint of it, I could understand that when you leave, like a lot of fuel mileage is screwed by people just accelerating like assholes off the get-go. So I can understand how that would save tremendous amount of gas.
It all depends too. I get a lot of questions like, am I going to get a better fuel saving? It all depends on your vehicle setup, how you drive. So a lot of people, myself, I find I get more fuel mileage in U6, U7 rather than E mode. But a lot of the time I just drive in. So on the way up here from St. George, I'm always at home, always on U9, always. But coming up, I was on AC and I picked up 3 miles per gallon. So it all depends on how you set it and how you drive. You got to really change your driving style to suit the pedal, because now you've gone from a throttle throw of that much, say on U9, it's now that much. So you're going to have to push on it very slightly to get the performance you need to get up to speed The quicker you get to speed, the quicker you coast, you get fuel savings.
Yeah, you don't have to smash it to the floor. You can just ease into it, and that will save you.
And it's
fuel mileage.
amazing how easy a customer can actually, or an owner of an iDrive can program it. It's just a push of a button.
push buttons.
Up,
And
up, up,
totally on
down,
the
down,
fly.
down.
There's
It's
only 2 buttons.
amazing.
Yeah, only 2 buttons. There's a mode button and a set button that controls what level you were at.
You don't have to turn the Jeep off. I was in the middle of an obstacle, and I'm like, oh, what does this button do? Nope, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, because you can literally go from E3 to U9 by a push of a button.
Yep, mode.
After E becomes U. Yes.
Yep. If you're in E and you hit mode, it goes to U. And it was on U9, and I was like, that's not the right one.
If I could change the alphabet, I would put U next to I.
Oh, really?
I'm next to you already.
Yeah.
But it's night and day though. Didn't you feel it was just
100%.
huge?
I told him as soon as I got out, I was like, U9 is fantastic if you want to go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was funny because it takes literally minutes to fit.
Oh, yeah.
So while we off the trail today, I fitted two iDrives into JLs, and one JL and the JT. And they're both Jeremy Purix. One's got a Hemi in it, one's just a V6. And Jeremy's like, I'll find out later off Jeremy how he feels.
The JT's going to break.
Well, it's good.
Yeah, that thing is
Well,
badass.
he complains that it's too touchy on the gas when he's crawling. So
Right.
No, so I got to drive his JT for 5 minutes today, just moving it up the trail for him. And I was actually struggling with the throttle control on that because that 6.4, you tap that throttle and it's wide awake. Yep. I'm like, oh God, I look like a brand new person trying to wheel.
You're gonna kill me. I'm getting out. I understand now.
yeah, so they were literally in the car wash washing both vehicles, and I fitted 2 iDrives and said, well, off you go. Let's see what you can do. So hopefully it fixes his problem, which I know it will because it just fixes every problem. Any vehicle you put it on, Jeep,
If he
Ford
puts
GT,
it, so if
Ford
he,
Mustang with
if he,
800 horsepower, it's crazy.
so you do more than just Jeeps and Dodge Chrysler, right? You can fit how many different vehicles?
Over 1,000. We got 1,000 applications.
Yeah, I need to get one for my Jetta TDI, my commuter car.
Diesel.
Yeah. Didn't you get? I
What?
thought you got one for that.
No, I never got one. That was my fault though. I was supposed to email you.
Oh, that's
you.
right. Yeah.
I don't want to put that on you.
You still got check engine light on in that thing?
No, everything finally cleared. Yeah. So because of COVID, I haven't driven that car in months.
Since February.
Since February. So last night I was like, I should probably go try to turn it over, see if it starts. And sure enough, nothing. There was complete dead. Like I couldn't even unlock the damn car with the remote. So tried to daisy chain some jumper cables because of where the car was parked. It just I couldn't jump it with another car. And then I finally got the second pair of cables, and it's still like I was like stretching it. It would not go, so I had to buy another fucking battery. So
Yeah, because when you drive a manual transmission car, it's hard to put it in neutral and push it
Push it out,
backwards.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
well, I couldn't
He said he tried to push start it.
No,
pop start.
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
I tried that too, but
I don't. Yeah.
I
if
just
they're
meant literally
completely
move
dead,
the
I won't
car
stop.
to get the other car closer.
well, no, the where it was parked at, I couldn't.
Oh,
He
I
was in
believe
the
you.
get-
I
you
wasn't
know,
there.
You don't
Guest
have
parking?
any friends that can come and help push?
We were here.
We were here.
We were in Moab already.
These are the only people you've got friends with.
Those are only people. Those are only people
Push
that I
it
want.
real good.
It's the only people I
Yo,
want to
yo, yo,
inconvenience.
baby.
What about
Pop,
neighbors?
yeah,
You know,
you
neighbors?
come give me
Like,
a
come give you a
kiss.
push?
All his neighbors suck. He lives in an apartment
Where do you live,
complex of
dude?
400 people.
Yeah, it's not a good city. I mean, it's a decent area. I
Where are you
guess.
now?
Lakewood.
Nice
Nice
that's close
apartments.
to Denver, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neighbor. It's a neighbor.
15 minutes down the road.
Yeah. It's,
Hasn't that like Denver gone to crap now with all the?
yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
I was
In my
only going to
opinion.
move to Denver, and then everyone
do
said,
it.
"Nah, don't do it, dude. It's too full of potheads."
St. George is better.
Well, the
Dude, I love
potheads,
St.
the
George.
potheads aren't bad. The problem with Denver is insanely unaffordable,
Oh, the prices have gone through the roof.
through the roof, and then your political views need to be the same as what most people are in Denver. Otherwise, you'll hate life.
California.
Yeah, it's California now. It's fucking
California.
yeah, California.
California?
It's
Yeah.
fucking
Commie.
terrible. But so anyway,
I like California because I love all their
Tacos?
the emissions in California. I love it.
Really?
Yeah,
I
love
thought they
it.
were super strict.
Well, they are to certain modifications of vehicles,
Yeah.
like no loud exhaust. Can't tune a vehicle very shortly.
Right.
iDrive's not a tuner. iDrive does not change anything with your ECU. Undetectable from emissions.
Right.
My biggest seller in California right now, you're going to laugh. It's a Toyota Camry.
Really?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Camry has overtaken Jeep sales.
Damn.
Wow.
You know what? Now that I think about it, when I lived out there, there was a shit ton.
I'd love to throw it in my
Toyotas.
Lexus. I was actually thinking about that following Ryan out of Rory's today. I mean, plus, well, you got a Hemi, so it's kind of unfair, but you are on 1 tons and 40s, so my Lexus should keep up.
What
But
Lexus is it?
IS 250.
What year is it?
2010.
Yeah, we got some for that.
Yeah. I know. I've been on
Turn
the,
that into. Oh, you've been.
I've been on the website.
He been eyeballing it already.
yeah.
The part number is.
Do you have an EVC 508 in stock? Yeah.
Call 1-800 fuck off mate.
But no, I mean, I have had the opportunity to drive a few that have iDrives installed, and I mean, not having the personal experience of not having it to having it, it's hard to tell, but I can tell that the response and the throttle on the couple vehicles I have driven that have it, it's definitely a lot noticeable. Like from my Jeep to somebody else's Jeep that had it, it was definitely way more noticeable what was going on.
Well, I can't be without it.
Yeah.
So if I hire a car, I specifically say I want that car there. Like I did, I ran up to Salt Lake the other week, and I didn't want to take the Jeep because it was windy. So I'm just going to have a hell of a time getting up there. Plus, it was cold still up there,
Yeah.
and I don't run a roof
Or doors half the time.
or full doors. It's pretty much wide open.
Yeah, I love some of the posts you put on Facebook. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to the Grand Canyon today, and then like you're
It's
posting
32
pictures,
degrees.
like, in your t-shirt, just jamming down the highway, and then your next post, like, it got a little chill, and you bundled up like an
Yeah.
Eskimo.
Well, it's funny because I did the same thing coming here.
Well, you also left at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, no, I left at 10:30. So I left at 10:30, and I think it was still 70 degrees or something in St. George. And I'd come up through Cedar City, and I got off 15 and onto 20, and I literally went up the first mountain, and the temperature dropped to 38 degrees.
Yeah, no.
And I'm like,
with no top
had-
and no full doors.
yeah. So I had jeans and a jacket on and one face mask, and I'm like, oh, this is okay. Turn the heater on. I'm like, is this heater working? Like I'll look at the temperature on the thermostat, and it's like, hang on, I got to convert it to Fahrenheit. It was 184. I've never ever seen my thermostat drop that low,
Wow,
and I was going up the hill.
that's pretty awesome.
So I got to the top of the hill.
Motor's
I could,
working good.
yeah, first time I could pull over, I'm like, oh, I'm getting changed. I put another pair of jeans on. I put a sweatshirt on. At least say jumper. That's a jumper in Australia. Sweatshirt.
Sweatshirt. Is it a
Well,
hoodie? Or is it
No, it's called a jumper.
I get made fun of because I call anything from like the long sleeve warm thing that your grandma makes you to
Cardigan. A cardigan.
no to a hoodie. I call them all sweaters.
No. So
Yeah.
as
I get made fun of for
a
it.
hoodie to us is it's got a zip and
Yeah.
a hood. That's a hoodie.
Yeah,
That's a sweatshirt. If it's got a hood and you got to pull it over yourself, we call that a jumper.
yeah.
jumper?
So for those that don't know, can you explain what a drop bear is?
A drop bear.
You know, I was following
so-
him out the trail. I was like, I wonder what that means.
So a drop
Well,
bear.
you're gonna learn today.
Yeah. So a drop bear is a koala. And if you Google drop bear and hit images, you'll see the difference between a normal koala and a drop bear. A drop bear is going to eat your face off.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
Mean
fun.
koalas?
Yeah. So
The rabbit?
yeah. So in Australia, we don't like when you're driving in the bush, you don't want to drive under eucalypts because that's where the koalas live. And if they're starving from not having any eucalypt leaves to eat because they're running low because of all the fires, they will drop from the top of the tree into a Jeep
Wow.
and just tear you apart.
Fuck that.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that's a
wheeling
drop.
trip to Australia we had canceled. Yeah.
So that's why we run hard tops in Australia because all you hear is that's all you hear when they come on the roof. And you're like, what the fuck?
Fuck.
So it's like
Welcome to Jumanji level 5.
it's like a gremlin.
So it's pretty crazy.
movie, by the way. Jumanji. So funny.
You would be Jack Black, just saying.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah, you play Jack Black.
You have to put on some weight.
He is funny as shit.
Jack Black? Oh, yes.
Yes.
I bet Jack Black does not shave his cock. It's all hairy down there. Would you or just say? Is he groomed or no?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
He
agree.
was pretty hairy.
Yeah.
An old coworker of mine and I used to play this game in the office. Which woman has, either landing strip, fully shaved, or a huge bush? And we sat next to each other. We have instant messaging. And this old lady walks by, and I just get this message, full bush.
Bush.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably why we don't work there anymore.
So
You
with
Americans play silly games.
yeah.
Hey, man.
So
When you're bored, you're bored.
Hey.
Bored in the house, bored in the house,
I've been
bored.
here 2 years now, and I'm learning.
yeah.
I'm learning.
We appreciate you bringing your culture to our little group.
Yeah.
Well, it's... you never get tired of it, put it that way.
I've practiced 13 since
EJS last year?
EJS last year. I practice it every now and then. How old's your daughter? 13.
13.
Close enough. I'm just kidding, Diezel.
If there's grass in the field, I'll play.
No.
I'm actually good. Like I'm actually good. I don't let my hormones take over.
Except for in South Dakota.
What?
Dude, I don't even want to talk about it because
That was a
Oh, hang on a
mannequin.
second. I'm really upset because
stop
I
doing
really wanted to come on that trip
oh, it's a blast.
because we had our...
It was a really
Before I
good.
bring that up...
No,
South
I'll
Dakota
tell you
was-
real
Now,
fast.
now, before I bring that up, are you coming with us on a trail tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which trail are you doing?
I have Pritchett.
Oh, because I'm thinking I'm going to go do something else.
Why?
Because I think he's bad luck.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I kind of do too.
Wow.
So maybe he should just stay here.
After the last trip you did and all the breakages on that
You
one,
broke first. I think.
No.
So I will take full responsibility of Marvin breaking in
Yeah, but he just
Tennessee.
has to be there.
No,
He was there.
He wasn't. He was
Well,
already
actually-
gone. Andrew Bailey broke and he was gone.
Yeah.
But not really, because when we got up to that left-hand turn where he broke, Brent and I,
Are you okay?
yeah, I was
Did
just
you get that
burping.
out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just trying not to. I loud burp into the mic a lot, and it's fucking gross. But Brent and I were right behind him. We were right behind him, so technically he was just up the trail from us.
So-
couldn't have been more than 100 yards away from us.
I may or may not have mentioned the QP or QT
QT.
in the very beginning. For those of you
Oh,
watching
yeah.
that don't know, that's the quick trip.
Quick trip part
We're
one.
not mentioning that tomorrow.
No.
But
no.
so that's where well, okay, so we're not doing that tomorrow. That's fine. I don't have to touch that rock. What's that rock called?
It's not on that rock.
riffraff?
Slick Rock?
No. The dojo bird.
Oh, the dodo bird.
Dodo
bird.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Well, that'll be Sunday. that
Wrong
we're in
trail.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna. So right now you're bad luck. So if we do, we're doing the 3 trails on Sunday.
Right.
If I come out of that unbroken, the curse has been lifted.
I don't think it's me. I really
It's
don't.
you.
I could see
We're
both sides
saying
of
it's
the
you,
argument.
but we're saying it's you.
If it makes
Only
you feel
because
better.
we're close friends, I can say that, and it's not like it's not.
You know what?
like-
I'm okay
just
with,
hanging shit. Right
I'm okay
now.
with that because if it is me, then all that bad juju is going out now. And when I get in my Jeep again, I
It'll
won't
still
have
be there.
Don't put that evil on him.
it. Damn it, Ricky Bobby.
I'm on fire. No, you're not. Stop running over the cliff. You're good.
So this weekend, Diezel, this is your first time back to Moab this year. And it's also El Torito 2.0's first trip back to Moab. You have your own mic. Again.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's been a rough week. A lot of crazy things I tried to put together on the Jeep.
So I'll stop you real quick just for everybody that is interested in knowing. So I think it was after South Dakota last year. Did you stay at my house before South Dakota and then come back? Oh, no, it was Onyx that you came to my house and then
September?
Yeah, in September. And I gave you a key to my house. Well, you stole a key to my house, basically.
I did. I got it right now.
You still
Yeah.
got it.
It says probably in his pocket.
He had it in his hand, and Adam said, "Hey, you should give that back," and he took it and just drove off.
No,
He said, "Nope."
so Diezel stopped by, and I was so excited to see El Torito.
And there it
There
is.
it is, right there.
It's like the only house key on his key ring.
The other one's for the trailer.
Yeah.
So anyway, he stops by my house, and I'm checking out El Torito because I hadn't seen it since El Torito became El Torito 2.0, unofficially named that. But I'm walking around it, and he's like, "Hey, do you like my inner fenders me and my mom made this morning?" And it was literally just to get here because of the rain, but it was literally the
Clear window well cover.
clear window well covers.
Yeah.
Or isn't it what we call that laser light at home?
Yeah.
We put it on the. Oh, this is a word for you. We call it a pergola. You guys call it a pergola. I'm like, what?
Pergola.
No, it's like storm. It was a
Hey, what's
storm
that?
window.
And I'm like, what the hell's a pergola? I'm like, is that
Pergola?
It's a pergola.
So
Pergola.
real quick, what do you call that? Real lightweight metal that like
It's called
Aluminium.
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 Well, here's the thing. It's called aluminium in the UK English dictionary. In the US dictionary, it's spelled different. That's why you guys call it aluminum.
It is aluminum.
Can you,
No,
can you
it's
say
aluminium.
say it the right way again?
Aluminium.
No.
So here's the thing. It's because I was here. For
I don't
like,
think it's spelled different though.
No, it is.
It is.
It is.
Is it?
Yes. It is different.
Maybe it's a different thing. We don't.
No, it's.
We're not
pretty
talking
much
about the same shit.
It's the same
Aluminum
stuff.
is aluminum.
Well, if you think about
Yes.
it, if
Or
you think about
aluminium.
it, the Oxford Dictionary is different from like the Webster, and then there's
And it's way different than the Urban Dictionary.
Oh, I like the Urban Dictionary. I only learned that about that today.
Oh,
but
really?
there-
Yes.
you should
but there's
put
different
Chris
spellings.
Meehan in there and see what happens.
There's
Urban
there's a lot of
Dictionary.
different spellings in the UK compared to the US.
Yes.
God, I can't even think of an example right now, but
Well, like color.
Yeah.
COLOUR.
tire with a Y instead of
T-
I.
T-Y-R-E.
Yeah, Tyre and Tire. I used to get that wrong at school all the time. Like, are you American or are you Australian? I'm like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
It's like, I really,
I haven't gone through geography yet. I don't know where I am.
I really had to think. So, but
if you
I
grab the
saw
microphone
that.
there.
I saw.
Yeah, it makes
did you
noise.
do a? Was that a live you did?
He does lots.
Cutting the stuff with mum.
Oh yeah.
Was that a
Live
live
video
or was
you
it
did
a
with your
story?
mom? When you were cutting,
When you were cutting the laser light.
that's a storm window well cover.
No, it was like it was
It was
a
live, wasn't it?
Facebook
It's Facebook Live.
story.
Oh, yeah.
It was I was on my story, but the whole grand scheme of that, like
I laughed because
my
I felt your
mom
pain.
and me are super tight. Like it was good. Like, and you grow older and everything goes to shit. And
You always
that
go back to
moment,
mom.
creating those inner fenders was such a wonderful time for me and my mom. Like we were sitting there on the front patio, and she's got the jigsaw and the cutter, and the cutters actually cracked the shit. And then the jigsaw started, it cut one direction good, but if you cut the other way, it would start splintering. And so we had a Dremel with a grinder, and it basically melted as it cut. And that's what worked the best. And we figured it out, and it was just a wonderful moment
You
for
still see
me
that?
and my mom to.
Did you take
just-
them off?
While
Or
he's
they
at
still on
home,
there?
he's not allowed to
You know, I
touch power
took 'em
tools. Mum still has to use the power
Yeah.
tools.
No, it was.
And
Yeah,
make
because
cookies.
Diesel, you still can't use that.
Not responsible.
You might hurt yourself. You're not responsible enough.
It was absolutely great. She called in sick from work,
Oh wow!
and it was like
Your mum doesn't live far from you, does she?
A couple hours.
Oh, that far?
yeah.
So the cookies must have been really good then.
You haven't
you
tried
had
them
any
yet?
No, I
Cookies?
haven't had those cookies yet.
We need to tell JP to bring some cookies on the trail.
I got a lot of cookies. I'll bring some tomorrow.
Yeah, I needed some.
Did you bring any Dickersnoodles?
Dickersnoodles.
no.
Dude,
No,
the puddles.
Snickerdoodles.
What the hell's a snickerdoodle?
It's like a
What's
cinnamon
the
sugar
no
cookie.
bake?
Okay, so she did no bake. You know, like boiled no bake, boiled cookies is usually like peanut butter, chocolate, and granola or oats.
Yeah.
Well, she did it with graham crackers and marshmallows, and she called them s'mores. No bake cookies. They were freaking.
That
good.
sounds amazing.
They're bomb.
Yeah, they're good. And then she got oatmeal raisins that are just flying off the freaking shelf. Like, I don't know if there'll be very many of those. And then she made white chocolate macadamian. What?
Oh my god! Does she work at Subway?
They're better than Subway's.
But it's good. She did great. This I'll bring some tomorrow.
So the last time I saw you was in North Carolina when I paid you a visit,
That was so much fun.
and we toured your trailer home.
Yeah.
What would you call it exactly? Is it a camper or a trailer?
It's a camper trailer.
It's his
Well, I
home.
don't call it any of those. I either call it my cabin or the condo. Like the condo is probably the main thing. I'm like, hey, we're going back to the condo. And right now, North Carolina is blooming. It looks like it could be in the freaking rainforest. Like it is sick.
The stabbing cabin.
Yes, it is.
RT1.
There's only one girl out there for me.
Which one?
Which one?
All of them.
No.
Do we know her?
Every single one.
Yeah,
Whichever-
you might know
whichever
her.
drops her
You met her
pants.
in Georgia, Brittany.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember Brittany.
she's a great gal, but she don't trust me much. It sucks. It sucks.
So anyway, tell us a little bit more about what El Torito went through this winter.
You know what? I had this. You know, I wanted to do a roll cage. That was how it started, and I didn't want body mounts. I wanted to mount it to the frame, and that was a big undertaking that I didn't. I mean, it was a big deal to eliminate all your body mounts. So that was a big deal.
All
And
of them, or
then
just the ones in the back?
all of them.
Hang on. So you've got no body mounts on the Jeep?
And everybody was like, oh, that thing's going to drive like shit, blah, blah. I'm like, bullshit. I can't even tell they're gone. Like, that thing drives so good.
Well, you have the correct suspension.
Rock crawler, first in suspension on and off the road.
I will attest to that because
It is amazing.
mine's rock crawler and it drives like a
And
sports
then
car.
Curry, and God, there's so many companies that just
Artec.
Artec. They that under skids, like when we were in South Dakota, like this is when I came up with like your Jeep is kind of like a video game freaking avatar. You have it and you have strengths and weaknesses. And I had a really strong actually, I didn't have a fucking strong Jeep. It was weak as shit, but it was super finesse. Like it was finesse. It worked. It stretched out and it could grab rocks that nobody else could. And it really made me, but if you stabbed me in the center of it, dude, I'm super weak. Like I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die, right? So Artec came in with a killer skid. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, I love my skid.
It is
aluminium.
Aluminium. So Artec just came up super big. And then the other thing is my axles. They were pretty decent, but for what we do, they were another weak point. I mean,
So what did you have in there before?
I had four-wheel parts. I had a Core 44 in the front.
G2.
Just
what I
which
run.
killed it. I had RCVs in the front, reed knuckles. Like it really killed it. And I had a G2 Rock Jock 60 in the rear, you know, so now it's all 1-ton stuff. Curry stepped up. I don't know, he stepped up. Like they just freaking reached out, like total help, like from this situation. I don't even know how to properly say that, but they freaking helped the brother out. Like I was freaking happy. And
You were like, yes, I'll take those.
oh my God. It's not, I mean,
So you're like a little kid at Christmas, really.
It was. This build really got a lot of attention. I'm super pumped. And I had no idea the difference of you go to an obstacle and you hit it, and it's like before I could feel I'm getting to my weak point. Like I got to freaking finesse this. And the Jeep had that finesse to where I could work through it. Now I got these amazing skids, you know, just like going back to that video game.
Right.
It's advancing. So the belly's protected from Artec, and I have these axles that can handle the amount of finesse. That thing just stretches out and it just reaches out to the next rock. And I can feel that Curry axle just not give. It's almost like I could feel, I didn't know I could feel it, but now that I have this solid rock of a Curry axle underneath me, it's like I can feel that strength.
Was this your shakedown run out here? Your first run out?
Yeah, and it's not been all freaking roses. And that's not because of Curry or the rock crawler suspension. So amazing. It's got the rock crawler or R-Tech, but it was my own imagination. I created that roll cage and I created removing all that interior tin. And I'm like, I don't want the transmission cooler. And I moved the battery in the back and put this transmission cooler in where the battery was. And it was horrible. What'd you call my Jeep? A Hoover vacuum or something?
Oh,
it was
dude.
so loud.
Those fans, though?
The fans. It sounded like a massive drone was behind you. Like, woo!
It sounded like an
Diesel.
Apache helicopter was trying to land on my freaking hood.
It was loud.
Nobody wanted to be around me. I was by myself. I was going to
Yeah.
cry.
Hey, everybody
I'm like,
put Diesel at the back. 'Cause- And
You'll
you were
hear
always,
him
and
if
you
he
were
breaks.
behind me. Like I was the last,
I
second
know.
last vehicle.
Yeah.
And like, he's woo! In the back, and I'm like,
It's Chris.
turn the stereo up. Like my stereo goes pretty loud, and everyone knows my stereo goes pretty loud. And I'm like, dude, I can still hear
Chris
those
is giving me
fans.
high fives and looking back. He's like, dude, I got my camera on and your freaking Jeep is killing it. But good thing it's not picking up the sound.
So let's do a quick recap because I don't think we covered it. So we're in Moab, and this is Memorial Jeep Safari.
Unofficial.
Unofficial.
And you've been here for 2 days, right?
I got here Wednesday morning.
Okay.
I went golfing and the golf course was closed.
But he still went golfing.
Yeah, they had a caddy there. So I'm like, I'm not hurting anything. I got that caddy and I started walking the golf course and I got a 3.
What, on a par 3?
No, all right. So in a golf game, you count your score, right?
Yeah.
I count how many good shots I had. I got a 3.
It was a par 3, and he had 3 good shots.
Out of 93.
Yes.
There were only 3 that were any good.
Let's concentrate on the
I
positive.
started with 100 balls.
Yeah,
and I found 3.
Yeah,
so I
how many
had 3
balls
good
did you
shots.
lose?
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
It was really relaxing, a lot of fun. And yeah.
Well, the thing is,
golf
I
game.
saw his Jeep last year at Sheriff's Jeep Fest, and that was September.
Hey, what about that marriage?
Oh my
that
God.
marriage and them rednecks jumped in the mud, dude.
That was crazy.
We
That
were-
was- That was like
Yeah,
Hold
we
on.
need
I
to-
think those Colorado boys missed something.
no, that was like a big welcome to America for me. I'm
Oh my
like-
God, me too, man.
I'm like, what?
Me too.
There's people going to get married at a Jeep event. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And next minute I see them like they're on the edge of the mud pit. And there's like, I do, and she says I do. And it's like, oh, now pronounce you husband and wife. And they jump in the mud. And I'm like, what?
She was hot. He was big.
And then, but then,
He slipped.
but remember-
he
no,
slipped and face
no.
first.
no, remember because he was trying to do a backflip off the Jeep. Remember that?
That was
He
a
was trying to do
failure.
a back- and he just went up.
So
Yeah.
anyone
Stop.
watching, if you have video of this,
Oh, it was
backflip
hilarious.
I got
failed
video
I'm
of the
pretty sure
whole
everyone got
thing.
video. Yes, you
we
got
did
video.
it. We did a live. We did a
Yes.
live
We did
Facebook feed.
Live. So
Yeah.
seeing your Jeep from then to now is like, is that the same Jeep? Because it's changed so much, and it looks awesome.
And it's
Because
so
you've done the cage pretty much how I want to do my cage. Because back in Australia we run Nissan Patrols, and we do like what you've done. We tube the back,
yeah.
so it's like a desert racer,
I gotta go pee. Can I go pee?
and that's what I want to do with mine.
Do I turn it off?
No, just go ahead.
Hey, I'm talking to you right now. Don't you go anywhere.
Talk loud.
No, but we're talking about you. You can't go and pee. You need to hold it. Cross your legs.
He can't.
You have
Yeah,
Four-
he's got
don't say that
his
again.
48
limitations.
minutes to cross your
Don't
legs.
say that again. We can go on with that word. No, I'm not saying that
It
word.
would help if you'd get to the fucking story, dude. Like I'm here. Like how disrespectful are you? I'm peeing a little. I peed a little bit.
There's
I
empty
actually-
bottles right there.
I actually.
Oh, no.
I actually forgot what I was saying.
He was really gonna piss in a bottle.
Yeah, he was about to.
He was
gonna be
Diesel.
Dumb
And
and
we were
Dumber.
going to
Come
sit
on.
here and watch it.
And he was gonna make a mess.
But no, the way he built that Jeep, man, like just talking to him, because Diezel and I generally talk 3 or 4 times a week on the phone or via text message or whatever, and he just keeps sending me photos. And this is when Easter Jeep Safari was not canceled, And like, so July 15th, he sends me a photo of his cage cut out and it's sitting on jack stands because he's pulled the axles out. And then, or not July, sorry, January. And then like January 20th, he sends me a picture of the whole back of his Jeep gone. I'm like, hey, bro, like Eastern Jeep Safari's in 4 or 8 weeks from right now. Like,
I'm pretty sure he was doing the SEMA build and just got it mixed up.
Yeah.
Because no one races to get to EJS.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. Yeah. I may or may not have raced to get to EJS.
A few times.
Yeah, like 2 a.m. It's done. Put it on the trailer. Let's go.
What was your Jeep like last EJS? I'm pretty sure you were shooting towards clouds.
It may or may not have been.
Like it was pointing to the stars.
Yep. That's true.
But I mean, I just kept getting these texts and phone calls from Diezel, and I'm like, dude, he's never gonna get this fucking Jeep done. And when you flew out to help me with mine, you hadn't even started taking your Jeep apart yet. This was still a dream in your head, and that was the beginning of January.
No, I think I took the axles out because I knew the Curry axles were ordered.
Yeah, but I mean, assuming axles show up on time,
But I was waiting for a tubing bender too. Like I didn't even have a tubing bender.
It showed up while you were in Denver.
Yeah. So it was a freaking job. But I have all the tools at my disposal. I had the shop. I didn't really have anywhere to go every night. Like I could really dedicate a lot of time, and I had a Gil.
Yeah.
But I think Gil is illegal. He never came back. I started paying him taxes on a paycheck, and then he never came back to work. And I'm like, well, shit, man.
Can I pay you under the table?
Well, and I would do that, but I just don't feel like I can only do what I can do as an American. And I think even though how much I needed him and how much he helped my life out, I just don't think I could have kept him on with that deal, but it would have been nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, it left me in a freaking bad spot.
you were. I mean, we joked about it, but you were doing a SEMA build for EJS.
Is there any of those in the freezer?
Is there any more in the freezer?
I'll take
Yeah.
I like how you ask into the microphone.
I'll take a water, please, Gabe.
He doesn't have his.
Oh, is that the only thing in the freezer? Holy shit.
Is that going to explode? Oh my God, that's cold. We really needed that. We really needed that on the trail.
Oh yeah, it was a little warm.
Is there any water in there,
Holy
Gabe?
shit.
So
I ate a pumpkin. I
Diesel.
smell like a pumpkin
Diesel.
pie.
So, but you were
No, I'm good.
you were running 15, 18, 20-hour days
Yeah, it was
to get that
brutal.
done, and you were doing that until 3 weeks ago. You know, like
Brutal. And once the Easter Jeep Safari got canceled, no, the pressure wasn't off because I'm like, oh shit. And now I'm going to build these steps. Those steps took a lot. Like they're welded to the frame. At first I wanted boat sliders, like the solid steel, like the boat sliders. But then for whatever reason, I chose to use all 2-inch 120 wall pipe, and there's a pipe on the top straight through the center and then a pipe on the bottom on like a gnarly angle.
yeah.
And it was amazing how much weight I saved. Like those are really lightweight. And I actually got the Jeep together and put new springs under it. And the ass end, like I think my Jeep is lighter.
Oh, it's way lighter.
Yeah, definitely lighter.
Way lighter.
It's amazing how light that Jeep is. Like I loaded it up with tools, like extra tools and stuff, just to get it back to proper ride height. Like that's pretty bitchin'.
That's super good.
And the gas tank thing was a whole nother learning curve.
So did you have stock fuel before you tore it apart this time?
What do you mean stock fuel?
Stock fuel tank.
Yeah, yeah,
passenger
so-
side long ass fuel tank that you.
And
beat
I
to
wanted to get rid of that. So I put the gas tank in the back. That's what started the whole thing, was putting the gas tank
Right.
in the back. And then I wanted to use a stock fuel pump for whatever reason. I just think the engines, I mean, The engine, it works with the stock pump, the proper pressure, the volume, which a lot of people don't think about, is volume is different than pressure. You know, so
Well, we still run factory JK pump with the V8s. So
Same.
Right.
they run enough pressure. So
So, and that was a situation, and now it's all fucked up. Obviously, I ran out of fuel on the way here. Why do I run out of gas so much?
Because you're diesel.
All the time, dude.
Does your fuel gauge work?
Yes.
It's just him.
yeah.
It's just diesel.
we copped the same thing because I've ran out twice already.
Hey, high five. Like, you know, we don't trailer our rigs.
No.
Like, I drove that thing, and it looks like a freaking buggy.
Yeah.
From North Carolina
From North Carolina, I drove it all the
to
way.
Moab.
You drive it everywhere, though. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah,
It
don't
is.
you have
It
like
really
what
is.
170,000 miles on your 2012?
It's 100, just over 170,000 miles on
That's
that.
freaking crazy.
So really quick, we need to shout out our sponsors because without them, we couldn't put this together. So Rock Crawler Suspension, we all run Rock Crawler, quality American-made product.
How do they keep stepping up?
It's because
That is crazy.
It's because Jeremy has the mind of a madman.
He'll make it work.
Let's just try
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it worked. Let's make more of it.
Well, have you seen the 6-inch coilovers he has on the race buggy? 6 inches around.
Dude,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
It was great to meet Bill this weekend. I've never met him.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Bill,
Shut up.
Bill's awesome.
It was his face was pleasant. I loved it.
Boss Racing.
Well, so I met Bill last year at King of Hammers. We sponsored him. I spent most of the time under the JL fixing it. And that JL was built on the lake bed.
Right.
And Bill's
LJ?
No, the
JL.
JL.
Two-door.
The two-door JL.
It was built on the lake bed to race. And we spent so much time together. So Bill and Whitney and Ryan, Vince, we're pretty much like family now. So
Those are good people.
to see Bill, like it was hilarious getting that race car out of the trailer yesterday because Jeremy Lee killed me.
I heard that story.
Oh my god!
Oh, well, it doesn't have
I
any
wish-
brakes.
Oh,
so
It didn't have any brakes.
Well, so Gabe is bad luck for the trail, period. And you're bad luck when it comes to reversing vehicles.
So
drive, not
like,
reverse.
it was up on the
Oh,
on the hauler.
shit.
So it was up on the in the trailer, 6 foot. Like they got ramps and drove it up.
I don't know if a 2x6 is a ramp.
Well, there was 2 of them, so I'd say it's a ramp. But to get it back down, it was like jam it into the rear tire, sit it on top of the front tire, drive up, so it would now be underneath the front tire. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like someone's going to get hurt, someone's going to die. Jeremy's in there, like can't hear anybody telling him what to do. So I jump up.
Yeah, because this is a full-fledged race buggy you guys are
Yes.
pulling out. I mean,
Inside
it's
of a-
loud.
Well, it's a
Trailer.
48. It's
Yeah.
a 4800 car.
Yeah, inside of a enclosed trailer.
Yes.
So it's loud in there.
So I'm like the exhaust. I'm like at the door, and the exhaust is right here. So I'm trying to yell out at him and like, choke.
Sounds exhausting.
So I got up. So I got up onto the door, and I've set myself. Well, he's put in reverse and like chopped my head off.
I heard Jake was like clearing out the families.
As oh, dude, we had kids behind us.
Sorry, I need you to move that pack and play over here.
And I'm like, he dropped off this thing and nearly took my head off, and then nearly took the door. Like the tire came out the door. That's the only thing that stopped him was the door, because the tire came past outside the door and he was jammed up in it. At the same time, he ran over my foot.
Damn.
So I'm like, what the hell just happened? So it was an experience.
So we got Rock Crawler, which, I mean, we preach time and time again. We love those guys. Got HP tuners on board.
Right.
So huge shout out to those guys. We love all of them.
By the way, Jay and Alyssa were supposed to come out last
Yeah.
week with us, but they couldn't make it. So just for the record, I miss you guys. I wanted to see you.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
And then, unfortunately, we can't eat it here because I have bagged on Moab food several times. The only place I really like here is the diner.
The Blue
But-
Pig is not barbecue.
Yeah,
Just in
and
case
if you
anyone's
want
wondering.
barbecue, take the 5-hour drive to Denver and go to Smokin' Dave's Barbecue because, you will not be upset. Also, Chris, I know you just posted something about it the other day, but We got High Beam Off Road, and Matt Loxley he's doing everything he can to provide the best lighting that you can possibly get your hands on.
Well, he's a bit like me. We're a one-man show.
Yeah, he is a one-man show.
So
And
we do the shipping, the emailing, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And
Hashtag
then-
where's Dumpy?
Yeah.
In fact, what I was in Nashville last week, and he was, great enough to let me stay at his house for one night, and we're gonna go check out the city. He says, before we go, I need to stop and ship some stuff. And sure enough, he's in there just packaging everything. He's, like you said, a one-man shop.
Like everyone's laughs. I'm on the trail and I'm on phone calls,
Yeah.
texting, or I'm either on a call and they're like, thanks, man, for getting back to me. I said, yeah, sure, man. I'm out in Moab. And they're like, what? Yeah, I'm doing Cliffhanger. And they're like,
We're at the very
"What?"
top.
Dude, really? Like, yeah, man, that's why we have good customer service because I just answer the phone whenever. Like, it's just, you just have to do it.
And then we also got Outlaw Off Road. They got 2 locations down in North Carolina and Alabama. And Doug did make it out last week with us while we were in Tennessee and made the trip out here to Moab this week. So we've had a lot of Doug Langford in our life.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing.
Good old Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger. And
Ginger Ninja.
Yeah, we actually had almost the entire Outlaw crew last week.
yeah.
I got to ride with Gerald in his new red JL that they built, and he wheeled the piss
Yes, he
out of
did.
that thing. It
Yeah.
was
I think
impressive.
there was a few spots where he was a little bit hesitant to give it the onions, but
He did.
he did.
All of
All of the onions and the beans.
Yep.
So yeah, we always appreciate everybody's support, and we only ask that if you're going to check out the people that support us, do it, and they will appreciate it. All good American-built products installed by hardworking Americans here.
Well, Outlaw's
So-
a dealer of ours.
Yeah,
So Doug does a pretty good job selling iDrives. But the funny thing is, I run everything of what you just spoke about,
yeah.
except for the ribs. I don't run ribs.
You should eat them.
I probably, well, if I was in Denver, that's where I'm going to go.
Next time you come to Denver,
Yeah,
we're going.
When you come
I
to
like
Denver,
ribs.
When you come to Denver, we will host you. Because the
Yeah.
cool thing about Dave is Dave has got LSJK built to
Oh.
the nines, and he's got a red dot buggy.
And he has a Scrambler CJ8.
And
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
that's-
did
yeah.
you hear that?
What's that?
Oh,
Noise.
noise,
Noise.
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 So Adam says that a lot. Nice.
Yeah.
He says it a lot now.
But yeah, so that's I mean, he's an avid off-roader and an insanely good driver too. So
And super nice guy.
super nice, yeah. But yeah, so his one location,
The one we go to.
well, the one on the south side of town in Centennial,
Centennial.
Yep.
that one is like his planter boxes are like the Dynatrack crates.
The axles come in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like that's
Nice.
Noise.
Yeah, so that
sound like dude stuff.
that whole restaurant of his is just purely Jeep related.
Yep.
Like it's so cool going into that one. So
That'd be a cool Jeep hangout.
yeah,
It is.
It
And
would be.
we've hosted
He needs to put one in
a
St.
small
George.
event there. We did a
He
dinner
might.
with
We need one
20
in
or
St.
so
George.
people.
There's nowhere to hang out. In
Actually,
St.
at one
George.
point in time, the Blue Pig did go up for sale, and he contemplated buying it.
He should
and-
still put one. in
And
Moab.
he did it, and now I always tell him all the time, like, just put one in whatever building is closest to the Blue
Across
Pig
the street.
and put them out of business, and then just go take over the Blue Pig. Like you could sell it out of a food
there's-
truck.
There's only one place in St. George that does good barbecue.
Yeah. Well, there's
And
no
it's too far to go out of town to get it.
there's no good place in Moab to get barbecue.
No.
The food here is not all that.
No, I think
No,
it's
it's
I think
not.
it's terrible. I
Like-
like them. I like the
But you know what it is though?
I like the diner.
It's like, where else are you going to go?
yeah, exactly.
It's like you have to eat the shit
Well,
food here.
there's really two places that's a staple.
Yeah, well, the diner.
Pasta J's and the
and the
diner.
diner. Yes, correct.
Zach's is hit or miss.
Yeah.
And it's only just pizza and salad too.
Yeah.
Right.
The pizza's not horrible, but it's not good. It's just
Pizza.
a buffet pizza. And
Yeah.
you get what you pay for.
I like that McAdoo's. Is that what it's called? McAdoo's or
Is that mac and cheese?
no, it's a little freaking shop right across kind of from Zach's called McAdoo's. Freaking
McAdoo's.
I don't even know what
I
you're
don't
talking
know.
about.
Yeah, I
There's
love
a new
that
place
place.
that's just opened up in town, so maybe it might be all right.
Yeah.
That's on the main
Great.
street.
We may have to check it out when we drive through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, McAdoo's. It's on the right. Like if you're driving that way, It's on the right.
Dax is on your left.
Yeah.
Across the street.
McAdoo's.
Okay.
It's good.
What kind of food do they have?
Like,
Edible.
I'm usually drunk. Like, I don't know. But
So it's not that great?
no, it's awesome. Like, I like to go there all the time. Like,
I do
it's
like the
good.
Mexican joint that you guys went to because they serve you a ton of food and it's insanely fast.
Yeah. It is
Oh,
pretty
so Chambliss, we're at this Mexican place. It was not that one. It was on the other side of Moab Brewery, right? Oh my God. And like when you go to a Mexican place, what do you expect the waiter to tell you?
Do you want chips and salsa?
No, something
Yes,
else.
chips and salsa.
Yeah.
When he's handing you your food.
Oh, the plate's hot.
hot.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yes, I heard
Was
this.
the plate hot and he
The
didn't tell
plate
you?
was freaking so hot.
It burned his
like
fingers.
Chambliss freaked. Like they handed him a plate and he's like, oh my God. And he sat the plate down. He's like,
Has
what
Chambliss
the hell
never
are you
eaten Mexican
thinking?
food
What are you thinking?
No.
Handing
The
me
plate
this
was
plate.
like red hot.
Yeah.
But you should know the plate's hot eating at a
No, but,
Mexican
okay,
food
but
place.
if you're a server and you know it's hot and you're coming out with oven mitts on,
yeah.
Yeah.
you're not going to give it to a person that doesn't have oven mitts on,
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to go fuck.
It was. And Chambliss grabbed
Someone's going
that
to end up
thing.
with a plate of food on themselves and a hot plate on their lap.
It was a young waiter, and he handed Chambliss that plate. And
Lucky it wasn't me.
He like burnt his arm. It like blistered his arm.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And
it
like
was
he's
pretty
like, oh, he's like, what the hell is your problem? And the waiter's like, well, it did just come out of the oven. And JC just started laughing, and Chambliss says, I hope you get the coronavirus. He's like, screw you, man. Like it was super crazy. Like it was. Yeah, it got awkward. It was awkward.
Well, all I can say is I've missed you guys.
Yeah.
Being having no shows and all the rest of it. Like, we just have the best crew to joke around with and
Yeah,
have
we
fun and-
have fun, and you know that's what we're trying to get out of Kingdom Krawl, like because the fun that we have, because like the fact of the matter is, right, like you have a big Jeep with a big V8 in it, you basically have a street legal rock buggy nowadays. You have a giant Jeep. You're building a giant. I have a giant Jeep. The fact of the matter is though, you can go out in anything. I mean, if it's got 4-wheel drive, just go out in it and build these relationships because, I mean,
It doesn't matter what you have.
yeah,
really.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to have some crazy Jeep on 40-inch tires or 42-inch tires and a bajillion horsepower.
I used to wheel an XJ.
Well, speaking of XJs, we were in
Well, you're lucky that you moved up in the world.
we were in
'Cause
Tennessee
we
last
wouldn't be
week.
friends. I'm not friends with XJ people.
When we were in Tennessee last week,
I bet you have an iDrive.
That's why. That's why I'm not a friends with XJ people because it's constantly, hey.
I don't know if you heard that, but someone farted really loud.
It sounded wet.
No, it was dry.
Trust me, I was.
Was
sitting
that
beside us.
Australian?
No, that was not me.
He was trying to
this
speak.
guy.
That's
He was
Australian
trying
for
to-
beer.
He was trying to speak XJ.
I was not going to swear then, so you didn't need to bleep it out.
that was dry like a Corona cough.
Oh my god!
So anyway, when we were in Tennessee last week,
Yeah, so we're in Tennessee last week. Perfect example of what Adam was talking about is, doesn't care what kind of rig you have. Our friend Sebastian Williams comes out with his clapped the fuck out XJ.
Dana 30 in the
Terrible.
front.
What's
Dana
clapped out mean?
Just
Dude, it was busted.
It's
up.
ready to go bang.
It was a piece of shit.
yeah.
yeah, should have
I
got.
mean,
He should
just- he
have
just-
never pulled it off the trailer until he was at the
Oh,
junkyard.
is this the one that's like wide open exhaust? Is this the one?
Yeah,
you're
that's the
talking
one I
about?
was telling you I didn't
Oh
want
my
to be
God.
around.
So it sounded like a V8. Blah, 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 blah.
He just had put the motor in 2 days before. That's the kind of
No,
rig
not
it
just
was.
motor, like trans,
Yeah, the
TKs,
entire drive.
axles,
So
axle
what you're
shaft.
saying is he found it in a junkyard and just goes, "This'll do."
Yeah, probably
I'm going to chop.
Hey, what do you
those
call a
off.
junkyard in Australia?
a rubbish yard.
No, a wreckers.
Wreckers?
It's a wreckers.
You're going to go to the wreckers and pull some pots?
Yes,
All right.
we got pick apart. Take your own tools and
Oh, you do?
yeah.
And you call it pick apart.
Pick apart, pick apart, pick apart, pick apart. They've got their own song. Pick apart, pick apart, pick apart, pick apart.
That's a song?
Yeah.
This is going to be stuck in my
That's a commercial. That's a commercial. In Australia.
Pick apart.
Is there any other words?
I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm really stretching my memory now. It's been 3 years.
You
since I've been-
Australians are very
back in Australia.
sophisticated.
So anyway, back to our XJ
Well,
conversation.
here's the funny thing is when I used to come over, I've been coming over here for 17 years.
17.
17.
That wasn't 7 or 8. That's what I thought he first said.
17.
17.
17.
That's a 1 and a 7.
yes.
It was something in the middle.
17 for beginners.
17.
And that's what I was saying to him today. If,
Lucky number
If I have to
17.
say 18, I have to go teen. Like to get that, I've got to push it out.
Well, no one
Teen.
understands what you say unless you say it like
Yes.
that.
So when I used to come over here, I used to just watch commercials. Not the shows, the commercials. Like State Farm. Who's that crazy guy's like, he's going to steal his car and he keeps breaking stuff.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Yes. Like
Yeah, that's
that guy,
so great, dude. I
Like,
freaking got it.
I
It's
can't
like a
stop
game
laughing.
show. I'm so
Yes.
concentrated on you. Like, I'm gonna guess it. I'm gonna guess it. Ding, 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 ding. Service says.
Yes. So
No whammies, no whammies.
yeah, so the commercials here are hilarious. I go back home and I'm like, oh, that's boring. Like, when are you guys going to get funny? Like, don't be so serious when you're trying to sell something.
Have you seen the Mexican news channel ladies?
Of course.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think every
Wait a minute, hang on. Are they the weather
Like,
ones?
how
that are,
could
like,
you?
got their
How
clothes
could
on?
you be
Yeah, no
so
clothes.
good looking that your community prays for a fucking tornado?
Well, hang on. Why? Is it tornadoes topless?
She's
Hurricane-
topless.
hurricane, no
talking
clothes?
about tornadoes.
Because it's going to get blown off?
Yeah, we just want her to talk about something.
Can you? Hang on. Is it in English? No.
No, it's Spanish.
Full-blown Spanish.
Yeah.
But at that point, you don't
I didn't
care.
even realize she
So you don't even have
talked.
to watch it with volume.
No.
no habla.
So
Yeah, I just thought of a way to learn Spanish.
So my mother-in-law is first generation American from Puerto Rico. When she moved from New York out to Colorado to come live closer to Erica, she lived with us for about 6 months. And every time I'd come home from work, it was Spanish soap operas, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I put something else on." I'm like, "Nah, this is fine." Do you know what's going on in the show? I'll tell you. Like, I don't care.
It's the only
We'll
reason,
watch it.
It looks good.
It's the only reason I watch Modern Family.
Yeah,
Only reason.
yeah.
Like, dude, stop talking, let her talk. I even said to Julie, I said, can you learn to speak like that?
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look.
She probably
what are
asked
you
you.
ta- like, what are you talking
She
about?
probably asked you, "Can you learn to speak like The Rock?"
The
Or
Rock?
the look, the freaking.
Rock.
No, on
Dwayne
Jumanji.
Johnson.
Jumanji.
Jumanji. What's the stare?
Stare.
Yeah, the
No, it's
stare.
called something.
Cold.
It's
He-
called.
It's called something. It's like one of his talents. Hit your chest. The Rock has.
Yeah.
Is it cold stare?
Oh fuck.
No, intense
no
or some
idea.
shit.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, no.
Not the
The Rock
old
can do
Jumanji,
that.
the new Jumanji.
I've never
No,
seen the
it's
new
so
one.
great. Yeah, the
Yeah.
new
Yeah, me
Jumanji
either.
is so great.
It's good.
What?
It's
So,
good.
I haven't seen it either.
It's good.
Both
Either.
of them are good.
I don't like remakes.
Dude, no.
Dude, I'm
no,
telling you,
no,
it is
it's-
better
it's
than the
good.
first one.
Yes.
No.
Chris,
It is.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, it's
He is
hilarious.
fucking hilarious.
It's
Kevin
hilarious.
Hart's funny.
Kevin
in
Hart's
general.
funny, and then
It's got Jack Black in it too,
Jack
so it's
Black.
just hilarious.
Yeah,
it's good.
it's good. It's good. And then the last one with the grandpas. Yeah,
Yeah, the
dude,
horse
it is-
rides off.
Way to ruin it for me.
It is so
didn't
good.
ruin
I didn't
shit.
ruin shit. Like honestly,
Spoiler alert.
but what
it's
is
good.
it? He has a stare,
I can't remember what it's called.
cold stare.
Dude, the camera's not going to
Dude, it worked for me. Like you have a sexy stare.
Called
was
The
sexy.
Look.
The look. Oh,
Yeah,
you,
you
oh, you
don't
call
wink.
it the look.
Oh no,
Not the.
Hey, can we talk about his color, the
Penis?
color of his
Oh,
beard,
what?
really quick? Because
Color of his beard?
Right here.
Oh yeah.
that's some Grecian.
Dude,
right
so you know
there.
what the funny thing is? Like,
so
that
good.
thing has grown so freaking quick. Like,
Yeah.
I can only remember it was only a
It's
couple,
amazing.
It feels like a couple of months
Shaved it
ago
off.
Yeah.
that we had.
Shaved off.
Can you just like?
The brutal
Yeah.
beard shaving.
But then you didn't want to play with me when I went with just the mo.
What?
You didn't want to play with just the mo. Remember what I said
mo?
to
Yeah,
you?
yeah. No,
Mustache.
I
The
did.
mustache?
I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't play.
No, I thought it would be freaking
No.
fun. Like to
We tried to
talk
do a
about it,
trend and,
then
you didn't want to do it.
what?
you were
A
scared.
train?
No, the trend. So he chopped. His
We're
beard off.
gonna grow gnarly
Yeah,
mustaches.
he chopped, like, his would grow nice. He could, like, really, like,
Yeah.
wax it up and look really, really good, right? So I was at home in Georgia and I got the clippers out and I'm like, oh, I've never had a Hulk Hogan, like,
Full Manchu.
yeah, right? So I'm like,
Man,
cool.
what a great American icon.
So
you
I've got
brought
the
up,
clippers
dude.
out and I'm standing on the balcony
Hulk
and I'm like,
Hogan.
oh, let's do it. Eh. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I'm supposed to go up the middle, not the outside.
Wrong.
So what am I going to do now? Because my kids don't like me clean shaven. They think I look funny because they've never seen it. They've seen it once in their life, and my kids are 17 and 14. There's the numbers again for you, buddy.
Yep. 17 and 14.
That's
14.
1 7 and 1 4.
Yes. And
Can I get a 16,
so I'm like,
16,
shit,
18,
what do I do?
18?
What do I do now? I'm like, I'm a pretty, I don't really care what. I care what people think of me, but I can make fun of myself and go to sleep at night. So I put the porn mustache on.
Perfect.
And I took that and took a few selfies, and my kids are like, Dad, whatever you do something.
To make it go away.
Like, take that off Facebook. You look stupid. I'm like, bum chicka bow wow. I'm like, not staying.
We're going to start calling him Ron Jeremy.
Dude, I kept it for like a month.
Well, you and
then I said to him, I said, dude, you're already clean shaven. Just chop the goatee off and run the mow. He's like, yeah, hell yeah. I never did it. So I think you should do it.
I think that kind of checks out. I did kind of leave you hanging.
You did.
So should we get clippers
mustache.
tomorrow?
No, not
Yeah, I
now.
think,
you want to play some cornhole?
But
I'll be your partner.
But it did grow back. Like, I'm surprised.
I would rather lick your cornhole before anybody shaves my beard off again.
But I will say, it grew really, really quick.
No, man, it's hard. It's hard to have a beard.
Yeah, but that grew really quick, though.
Last night it looks like you threw up in it,
oh,
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure-
I did throw up. In it
Dude, I'm
last
pretty
night.
sure there's a canary in there
So
somewhere.
let's talk about the shots.
Okay, so
Okay.
the name of the shots were pretty gnarly. Like Chambliss is freaking funny.
Hang on, whoa.
What's
Hang
the
on.
backstory?
Where were you?
What's the backstory?
Okay,
Because you can't be at a bar here because
we drank way too much last night, and we went Facebook Live.
Oh,
I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
I don't
didn't
do
see it.
It's still
Facebook
up.
Live because,
Dumb shit happens.
well, I hate it when people go Facebook Live and I accidentally click and I'm like, fuck, now I'm stuck. I want to watch you on my own free time. I don't want to watch you live. And they're like, hey, Diezel, how you doing? I'm like, damn, what do I do now? I'm trying to hit the like button, like wave, like what the shit I do. I don't understand any of it. So I don't like to be, I like to watch it.
Later.
Later.
Well, they can't see you if you leave.
That is such a lie.
You can, because that's what I do when you're on live. I'll like watch for 5 minutes, wave,
Like
and you
one
go,
time-
hey, Chris, and I go, oh, cool.
Bullshit,
Fuck,
you
oops.
called us and we asked to see your penis.
No. Whoa. I believe that.
Whoa,
That was
whoa,
not
whoa.
I
live.
heard that story.
That was not live. So I get to bed
How do you
last
know?
night. I jump into bed last night
Oh, yeah.
at 11:30,
Talk to me, baby.
and I'm on my phone next minute.
Oh, yeah.
my phone goes off.
Diesel's live.
This Chambliss wants a
I
video
wanna
chat, and
see
I'm
your
like,
penis.
oh shit, this can go really bad or be really good. So I'm like, oh, let's just see. Boop. So I'm laying in bed, and the first thing Chambliss goes, hey, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm in bed, and his first comment is, hey, show me your dick. And I'm like, true Diezel.
Yeah.
True Diezel.
Was this before or after shots?
These are after
Cholula.
shots. They were drunk.
It was before.
What do you mean? it was
And
before?
actually, we were talking to you on
Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger, and we were watching Kingdom Krawl. And he came up,
I'm
were.
on
Shout out.
And they're like, look at this sexy guy talking. Look at
You
that
were
guy.
on the TV.
They have a 60-inch TV at JP's house, and they had Kingdom Krawl on. We were watching The Quick Trip. We watched which one?
Pritchett Canyon.
Pritchett Canyon. We were trying to show Travis what he was in for.
Hey, you know Travis? He is kind of like Ferdinand the Bull. Like I didn't know how he was going to adapt to Moab. Did I change the subject? Or no? Are we good?
You're good.
you're good.
Like so.
Squirrel.
So Travis, I really didn't know how he was going to adapt to Moab.
That's his first time here.
First time here, and
So I knew what he was like because it was my first time.
fucking
here.
everything is
going
not
off outside?
like you can
Those are
see the
pool noodles
learning.
slapping the water.
Oh, fuck.
Go on.
So for the people that can't hear, because I hope none of you can, but so we're sitting in our condo in Moab, and we turn the AC off because you guys would have definitely just heard that blowing all into the microphones. So we have the sliding glass door open to our balcony to let some airflow, and there is a party starting to rage in our pool. And it sounds like fireworks going off outside, but apparently it's pool noodles slapping the water.
In the water.
The moment I smell some herb, I'm going down there.
Yeah, it's gonna happen soon. It's getting rowdy out there.
Did you bring any with you?
Of course.
Oh, cool.
Travis, Moab, first time.
Yes.
Ferdinand the Bull. Ferdinand.
Well, hang on. How many times has he broken?
Have
since
you
he's
ever
been here?
heard the story Ferdinand the Bull?
It's a great movie.
That's a great
Vaguely,
question.
Vaguely.
All right, so Ferdinand the Bull was this
How much time do we got left?
We got enough.
Okay.
Ferdinand the Bull is a story about this bull that is just super nice. Like he enjoyed the flowers and the butterflies, and he didn't want to be gnarly. Like, right? It's like, dude, just let me lay down. I'm good. And then when something happened to excite the bull in him, then he ignited and became fucking gnarly strong.
Like the Hulk.
Right. Like Popeye. When
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Travis
Travis,
finish.
when he's talking to us, he's like, man, like, I don't know. Like I thoroughly believe he was super nervous. But when he did kill it. Like his lines weren't perfect and he definitely needed some enhancement on what to do, and his learning curve enhanced so
Well, this
much.
is perfect.
But he straight poker faced the shit out of that. And he freaking, because his willing experience is pretty low. Like he is not really not grown up with it, and he poker faced that shit and has really killed it all week.
Well,
Yeah.
and not just him. Anyone that comes to Moab and realizes what traction really is, you're like, I can't do that.
Dude,
Back east,
that
we'd
was
never
me
be
last
able to
year.
do that.
That was me last year.
Right.
Being first time out here, I'm like, I'm used to having trees and
Mud.
and ruts to stick to. Now I'm on this freaking rock that there's, if I go this way, there's no trees to stop me. I'm dead. So Travis, today we're on Cliffhanger, and I've never done that trail before. So, and being from Sand Hollow, I've done a lot of crazy stuff out there that I've gone,
You've seen videos. He has some good videos.
I am not doing that. No, you'll be right, dude.
Run the Fallen.
Yes. But the maze is another one. We've got a new trail now called the Ledges. So it's like Cliffhanger today. When you drop down off the edge, there's no rock there.
Yeah.
You drop down and it's like a 200-foot drop. That was scary for me. So then Travis coming up and saying, dude, this thing's gnarly. It's got a rock. It's got a ledge. It's got this. It's got that. You're going to fall here. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm starting to shit myself. Like, I'm not scared to say that I'm scared.
Yeah,
If
no,
I'm
it's
scared,
good.
I'm scared. Like, I got Jeremy Hopper to get out after no left turn.
Jeremy's here?
Yeah, Jeremy's here.
Oh, nice.
He's here.
Coming across no left turn, and it's a little bit off camber. It feels a whole lot off camber for me. Like, Jeremy, get out and spot me. He's like, what, dude? You'll be fine. Get the fuck out and spot me. Because I'm like,
Need your eyes.
I'm like, whoa, dude. And he's like, it's out. And he's like, okay, guess what? This was your problem. And he picks up his little pebble.
Throws it.
And he goes, that was your problem. Dude, that's all it was worried about. So I know Travis, I know exactly how he feels.
The thing about Moab, though, that like when you take Moab back home with you, wherever home might be, except maybe excluded yourself.
Well, I took Moab back home to Georgia.
But when you take it back home, man, because of all the traction, you have way more confidence than you
Yes.
should have on any other trail in the fucking world.
Yes.
Because like you're like, oh yeah, no problem, I can whole shot that thing. Then you roll your Jeep. You're like, whoops.
Oh, you just sit there and spin.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
you know, on Cliffhanger, the beginning, like it's more gnarly coming out, and then you get into the trees, and the creek was dry.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever went through. The creek was dry, and then you have that you
first
go way
climb?
left. That's pretty intimidating, but fairly easy.
Well, if you go
We
far
up
right,
it.
that's fairly gnarly.
yeah, super gnarly, but we all make it. Like
Yeah.
Except for Will.
pretty
Except for Will. Will had to winch that.
gnarly. Really?
Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah, Will
got up.
Will got up and just kept sliding side by side and then bellied out.
He was
And then
belly. He had
Way
his
up.
passenger tire like 3 foot
Will
in the air.
like what Will?
Artec Will.
Artec
Are you
Will.
kidding me?
Yeah, it was
Will, you suck dick, dude. That is awesome. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was. Dude,
He had a winch on
dude,
that?
it was gnarly. Like he
And then
nearly,
Travis killed it.
he nearly rolled it.
Okay,
was
after
going.
that, you caught up in the undercut freaking cliff. Like, you go. I'm telling you what, the next 50 feet, you feel like you're going to
Yeah,
Yeah.
the driver's side.
yeah,
Super
That
off
is
camber.
gnarly.
yeah. I don't like off camber at all.
No.
You want to go
So-
run Moab Rim?
Well, that's okay. So here's the thing: I don't like off camber. Like we do Sand Hollow, and Jeremy's behind me or in front of me. He'll get out to video me because I'm like you can see the intense part of me being off camber.
It
Doing
looked
Moab
like you were
rim.
trying to take a shit.
Yeah, it's like a bit like Jake Glasner today on the lookout.
Do it again. Just
like-
show me. Yeah. Do
all
it.
tensed up. Everything was tensed up.
God, it's kind of turning me on. We do it.
And he was sweating to go out to the edge because he's afraid of heights.
Calm down.
He even took his belt off and was like a lifeline to Nate from Artec. Like, dude, can you hang on to that? I'm just going to scoot out to the edge. And he's hanging on to me like this. I'm like, dude, you're going to rip my arm off. And he's hanging on and he gets out to the edge. And I'm like, dude, you're pretty good. And his legs aren't dangling over the edge, they're like straight out because he's so dense.
Well, he said his legs were like locked. He's like, I couldn't move.
He couldn't move him. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But what we, off camber stuff, but Moab rim, I feel comfortable. The whole trail, I feel comfortable.
Like we did yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a fun. That's probably the funnest
I think it's
500
the
yards or like first mile of any trail. That
I like
fun
going
as
up.
Shit.
I do not like coming back
prefer
down.
to come
Moab.
down.
I agree.
Oh, see, I'm the other. I'll climb anything all day long. When you do off
Yeah, but you know what?
like that,
Your Jeep is very high.
a little bit.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Like I'm a little bit closer to the ground, so I don't feel like I'm going to go right off the
Right.
edge. Yours is very high, and for something that I've been taught since I've moved, well, not really, yeah, since I've moved out here to do what we do, it needs to be lower center.
Sure.
So when I see you coming, I'm like, holy shit, dude! It's like when you're off camera, I'm like, whoa, that feels way worse than what I'm
Well,
feeling
there's
right
no
now.
sway bars and it's coilovers all the way around,
Yes.
so there's a little more body roll than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little iffy.
So, did you hear me tell my dirt bike story about Moab rim early today?
No.
So I'll wait till Diezel gets back, but I'll build it up because Diezel should be back in just a second. But
I think I'm going to go out to the pool in a minute.
Yeah, it sounds like there's an orgy.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
like, she really having a good time out there.
so I come out here. This is probably
Sorry, I'm not going out there, Julie.
hey Diezel, did you hear my dirt bike story about Moab rim today?
Yes, you had guys that maybe couldn't do it and they could do it and
Yeah.
then walked it by and rap. It was a KTM and it started.
Yep. So anyway,
Did I blow it? Did I blow it?
no,
I've
you
got no
left out
idea.
the good part. So right, we went. So this guy put up this like big like dirt bike meetup for Moab, right? So I was like, well, fuck, I ride Moab all the time. I'll go ride with these guys. And so we meet over there at the Cane Creek campground because a lot of guys were camped over there. And so I go introduce myself to the guy, you know, that I met off the Facebook page or whatever, or that put it together on the Facebook page. And I'm like, hey, I'm Adam, blah, blah, blah. Hey, what are we doing today? He's like, Moab rim. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I kind of like get walking around and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Adam, you're so-and-so, whatever. And they're like, yeah, it's my first time in Moab ever. Or like, this is my third time riding my dirt bike. And I'm like,
Holy shit.
I'm like, so I go back to the guy and he's like, I'm like, hey man, we can't run Moab rim, dude. Like that's too much trail on a dirt bike for newbies, right? And he's like, that's what we're doing. It'll be fine. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'll go ride it. But
I'm not helping.
I'm not helping with anything. So anyway, we get up Moab rim, we go and play in the sand dunes, we go back to the cave, we're coming back down, and this guy in front of me, who was one of the guys that had never ridden in Moab and was a fairly new rider, had a KTM, electric start KTM. And he decides he wants that last ledge right before the cliff, he wants to walk his bike down. Like he wants to get off his bike and walk his bike down because he didn't want to ride off the ledge. I can respect that.
Yeah.
So
I have 4 wheels. He has 2.
on that ledge, for you guys that do know and for the people that don't, like it's kind of like 2 rocks sitting right next to each other that makes a corner. And where the 2 rocks meet, there's actually, I don't know, about a 10-inch gap maybe, somewhere right around there. So as he's walking his bike down, his back tire falls into that gap, right? And he can't push it out, pull it out, whatever. So he starts his bike, electric start bike. Reaches down with his hand, puts it in gear, starts letting out the clutch. Tire grabs traction, it gets out. Back tire comes off that ledge, and he loses his balance. And as he loses his balance, he's letting the clutch out.
Oh.
And he launched his bike right off that cliff, right in front of me. And like I was all for just like bunny hopping off the ledge and riding down the trail. And I'm like, I'm walking my bike now. I was so terrified. I'm like, I just like because like I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, let it go, let it go, let it because he's trying
to hang on to it,
trying to wrangle his bike, and I mean, from my perspective, it looked like his feet were like right at the edge by the time he let it go. So if he would have tried to hang onto that bike, he would have taken that 300-foot fall back to the road.
So where did the bike go?
Straight landed on the road.
On the road.
Yeah, it was a big pile of
KDM.
dirt bike parts. Yeah, that thing, no joke. We're like, let's see if it'll start up just for fun. Thing fired right up.
Started.
Can't ride it, but it started.
Yeah. So then my buddy and I, because we didn't camp, my buddy that I came out with, we were at a hotel. So I accidentally, I guess, because I didn't know it in the morning, but I parked my trailer at Moab Rim's trailhead because I knew they were camped down there. I didn't know if there was going to be room for me to park my trailer and truck or whatever. And so we had it right there. And I'm like, well, we'll throw your bike on the trailer, which I was like, I can't put my bike on the trailer or my buddy's bike because we're just going to have to like put this pile of KTM on the trailer. And so we did it. He's like, hey, I'll ride your bike back to camp. And I'm like, no, you can drive the truck.
you take 4 wheels, dude.
Yeah, you're not riding my bike. You might ask one of your buddies, but you're not riding mine.
Yeah. Who are you again?
Yeah.
Who this?
But yeah, so like that was so terrifying. So then actually I'd done KTM. I'd done Moab Rim several times via dirt bike. And the first time I ever did it in a Jeep, I was so scared coming back down that. I was terrified. Like I held it together and I got off the trail, but like my heart was racing. Like the whole time I'm dropping down that, my spotter spot me. And like all I can envision is that dude launching his bike off that. Like I have no idea if I did what my spotter was telling me to do or not.
Well, I had a scary moment today.
Did you put it in reverse?
No. So ever since I've had the V8 in the Jeep, the throttle on that has always been weird. Sometimes it'll just rev up by itself. And sometimes it'll just like today, I have the aircon on.
Air conditioning.
AC, as you guys like to call it, the AC.
Hold on. You say cut on. You can't cut anything on.
What do you mean?
You cut things off. You can't cut on things.
Are you saying my throttle cut on and off?
You said it cut. You said it cut off. Cut on.
Cut off and cut off and cut on. So it
You
goes
can't
off
cut-
and then cut
but
on.
it turned on, turned off. You can't cut on.
Well, in
You
Australia,
could cut off.
Unless-
in Australia, we can cut on and cut off. So, and today it did it like way worse than it ever has on the worst possible time on cliffhanger. So I have Whitney in the passenger seat from Boz Racing, and I'm pretty sure it was the air conditioner that caused it, because when that engine drops below RPM, it fires back up again. So it was fighting itself. I'm literally both feet on my brake, and I can hear the axles clunk, 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 trying to bite while I'm propping my foot on the brake because it just wants to keep going.
Ugh.
And I'm like, well, neutral. I just slammed it straight in the park and turned it off. That was scary because it's never ever done that before. So the entire time after that, because when we got to the lookout, did you come up to the lookout?
No, we stopped and helped with Travis.
Have with Travis Jeep. So there was an
That was a
spot.
travesty.
Yes, there was a
travesty.
That was a
awesome-
shit show.
awesome
That was
place
a
to
straight
stop.
shit show.
Yeah.
Because it's like top of the world. You can drive your Jeep out and you're
Oh,
right
yeah.
on the edge of the world. So I wanted to go out there and I'm like, ooh, no, not today. Because I've just lost all faith in you right now, because if you do that again,
I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Yeah, and that's not 300 feet. That's
No, that's like 3,000.
1,300.
1,300 feet.
1,300 feet.
1,300 feet.
Yeah, 13.
31,000.
13.
But yeah, so I mean, we got 2 more days out here. Pritchett Canyon tomorrow. Woo. Yeah. Which
Hey, that's a gnarly trail, dude.
I haven't done that trail yet.
I don't
you
think
kidding
it's
me?
not as gnarly
Yeah.
as people think it is.
well, it's because people call it the hardest trail in Moab, which it
Hey,
There's a line on
BFE, it
in some
probably
spots.
is.
Axel Hill is gnarly.
It technically is not. Rear steer.
Britney Spears
Well, that's it.
Beaver.
BFE.
That's BFE.
still in Moab.
well, I'm
Well, it's not
I said
accessible.
excluding area BFE.
Yeah.
No. Those are not in BFE. Coyote Canyon is not BFE.
Oh, really?
That's true.
Britney Spears
Oh.
and Rear Steer are not in BFE.
Oh, I thought they were.
No.
Well, Rory said he was going to run it tomorrow. rear steer in the evening.
It's the thing is, those trails, I think you need a permit for it.
Right.
And I think that's why they're not run as often.
But I will say too, like I was
Twitch is freaking
saying,
gnarly. Like it is.
Maybe you're
Chewy's crazy.
Maybe for the first time you do it, but after that, it's really not.
There's a way to get up
Yeah.
every obstacle that's not hard. It's finesse and methodical, but it's not hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying to Ryan as we're coming out of Cliffhanger, like I am tired. Like I feel like I'm at SEMA.
Semen? Did you say semen?
SEMA.
Oh, I thought you said you were seeing semen.
No, SEMA. Like it's like you're up early, you do the show, you go out and party that night, and start again.
So it feels like EJS all over.
Hey, tell me about the party in.
But it's pretty much like people go, dude, you're just sitting in a seat and you're steering. It's a lot harder on you driving off road than it is driving down the highway.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about, Diezel?
Oh, I'm talking about you doing donuts in the middle of the road, dude.
Where was that at?
You tell me.
SEMA.
I don't know.
Which time?
Oh no, I got pulled over at SEMA.
Yeah. What happened? I'm talking about. Maybe it was Jasper. And you stayed out way too late, and it was a freaking gnarly mess. I think maybe it was
It's not as
Jasper.
funny as you might think it is.
No,
Was it sure?
it was
me?
so much fun.
Like I got pulled over at SEMA.
Like no one knows. No one knows what you're talking about.
I know.
We weren't there. It was you and
It was so funny.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
I can't remember that. I can't remember. Are you sure it was me?
That was impressive.
Thank
I'm
you.
just
trying to think of.
I don't think it was me.
the
I don't do
show.
donuts.
You jump things.
I do jump things.
But so anyway, now that we're back on track with knowing what we're talking about, and then
What were we talking about?
Well, tomorrow we get to go run Pritchett, and then
Okay,
on
yes.
Sunday we get to go run the trifecta, which the trifecta is
Or triple threat.
Rusty
or triple
now.
threat, depending on who you ask. So
It's
the
my
way
nemesis
I
trial.
run, the triple threat or the trifecta is I make it the quadfecta. But the only way to do that in a reasonable amount of time is you have to haul ass
And start
across
at
Golden
like
Spike.
6 or 7 a.m.
Because so what the quadfecta. So I run poison spider, Golden Spike, down Gold Bar Rim, loop back up and do
Rusty Nail.
and then back down Gold Bar Rim.
Are you going up Rusty Nail the way we did, or you
Yes.
backwards?
I've done it both ways. I've just gone out Rusty Nail before, but the way I like to do it is go down Gold Bar Rim, go back up Rusty Nail, and back out Gold Bar Rim again.
Okay.
So you do the waterfall twice
Yeah,
Nice. So, do you know which way we're going?
poison spider to Gold Bar Rim.
to
Also,
Yeah.
we're going backwards through Rusty Nail?
No.
No, I don't think Rusty Nail will be part of it.
Well, apparently it is.
No.
It's
not
not.
from what I heard.
Backwards is
Well, I have-
a trip.
So my
Backwards
Nemesis,
is
my
fucking
Nemesis
awesome.
trail is not getting done, so I'm missing out on that to prove that I can actually do it.
Without breaking
Well,
steering.
if any-
You'll
if
do
we
the
get
crack
through-
finally.
If
Well, I did the crack.
Twice.
twice, once with steering, once without.
No, we didn't go back. We didn't
Yes,
go back.
you
to
did.
it.
Yeah.
You had to cross it, and then you had to cross it to go back out.
Yes, true.
Well, if we get
Well, it
done,
was dark, so I didn't see it.
if we get done with the trifecta early
I was
enough,
that tired. Did I just do that? Yeah. I can't remember. How did I get here?
Which way did we go?
if we get done
know
with
what?
the trifecta
I thought
early
I-
enough, we can go run Rusty Nail.
I thought I woke up. I'm like, that was just a bad dream.
Now that you say that, I don't remember getting out because it was such a long
Yes.
night. We were so fucking tired.
Yes.
But it was
I don't
just-
remember getting out of it at all.
Yeah,
I literally do not remember getting out.
yeah. I remember the cheeseburgers were
Cold.
cold.
But that was still good.
Yeah.
But I remember the only place I remember going out is the waterfall because, what's his name?
Josh.
Josh was in front of me, and he was having trouble going up it.
Yeah, it's
And I'm
not a great 2-door
And
obstacle.
I'm thinking, shit, we're gonna be stuck here.
yeah.
He's gonna break something.
I think he
and
just
we're gonna be
winched.
stuck here.
I don't
He did
remember.
winch.
He did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's not a very good 2-door obstacle.
Yeah, I drove up it, but I had to give it some
wheelbase is
Well,
different.
it was 4 a.m. around that time too.
easily because I'll go back to the hotel at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, the sun was
because
coming
we were joking about dinner that night, and it was like, yeah, we should be sitting down for dinner at 6, and then it was like, well, I hope Denny's will be open at midnight. But I'm like, well, I know Denny's is open because it's 6 a.m.
Well,
now.
all I can say is you guys were joking. We were looking at how we survived the night.
yeah, well, yeah, because we
We even explored. We even found a cave.
We did.
And some fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
We made fire.
but look what I have created.
Well, someone told me, someone said to me, they go, dude, you can't light a fire here. It's against the law.
Bet.
And I'm like, you know what? If a park ranger comes up to me and says, hey,
I'll
dude,
get a ride out.
you can't light a
put
fire.
this out.
I'm gonna say, dude, give me whatever fine you want, but I'm staying alive.
We're gonna have to stop there tomorrow
Yeah.
and
I
kind
wonder,
of
recap.
You know why? I wonder if any of those coins are still there that I left.
they were so.
Because you were there last time and you saw it.
Yeah,
So I wonder
so
if they're still there. Did you take them?
No, I left them.
Okay.
But so the thing about the trifecta, if you want to do that quick to get to make it the quadfecta and run Rusty Nail, Golden Spike is a bumpy trail, but you can haul ass on it.
Yeah, the faster I go, the better my Jeep goes.
Yeah, so that's a trail that, like, depending on the size of our group, we got to roll across that thing.
Well, we're gonna have a bigger group tomorrow.
On Golden Spike, there's nothing from basically the end of Poison Spider until you get to Double Sammy.
Double whammy.
They're double whammy. Sorry.
Double Sammy's San Hello.
Yeah, I've said it like 19 times wrong today.
19.
19. But
Lenny.
yeah, so that you gotta hustle across Golden Spike.
Until
And
you
then
get
hustle out of Gold Bar Rim because Gold Bar Rim's really not that tough. There's a couple good obstacles.
waterfall and
That's really
double
it.
whammy.
Yeah.
And don't get lost.
Don't get lost.
We got lost. Remember that?
Well,
That's
it
why we
was
took
pitch
so long
black,
because
though,
we got
too.
lost.
Yeah.
This is not the trail.
Like there's a white line going that way and there's a white line. Which way? And we're pulling up to the signs that shows you the map. I'm like, which way are we facing?
Well, even the marks on the trail.
Yes. They
So-
crisscross, remember?
Yeah.
One went this way, one's that way. Which
Well,
way
no,
do we go?
but not only that, but we were running it backwards, so we couldn't see them coming off of the ledges.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. That was just like, welcome to Moab, Chris.
Yeah. So it should be a super awesome weekend, and everybody listening and watching can catch this all on season 2
Yeah.
of Kingdom Krawl, dropping this fall. We pushed it back last year to basically Christmas. Was Christmas the first one?
No, it was November.
Yeah, November. But we'll hopefully get it out a little earlier this year, and we don't have the.
I'm going to try and make a few more.
Yeah,
Please.
you definitely
Please.
should.
So I'm going to try and make a few
So
more.
what-
Come to South Dakota, man.
One thing
September.
about season 2 that's going to be different from season 1 is we've listened to our fans and we're making each episode 30 minutes,
Oh,
Give or take.
give or take. Before there were 15 to 20.
yeah,
and-
it needs to be longer.
yeah, everyone was starving for more.
Yeah, because even I was. I'm like, I want
What
more of
happened
Chris.
next?
I want more of that Aussie guy. Why is it only 15 minutes? Like
15.
Fitting.
15. It's like 50. 50. 50 cent.
Can I get some tree fitty? Tree fitty?
So I was like, come on, man, make it longer. Because it was like, I only just watched 15 minutes. Now I've got to wait a week. to
Yeah.
Watch another 15 minutes.
So the thing was, in my opinion, I didn't know how people were going to react to the show since it's a new format that people haven't really seen.
It's your voice, dude. That's all we want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
You got a great voice.
Well, thank you.
He's got a good voice for radio, not TV.
So,
Look at him.
Yeah, I know.
so I did.
He's got a face for radio.
So I did.
TV killed the radio star.
I did some voiceover with Gabe, and how many takes did I take?
Oh,
47.
Dude, it
Oh,
was so much because like
You've got no
Gabe-
idea.
Gabe's like, oh, you got to act like you're talking to a room full of people, and I'm like, well, I'm standing in the fucking corner in your makeshift sound booth. All right, hold on. Do my clothes have to be on or off? Like, what kind of conversation is this?
Well, the funny thing, so I didn't see any footage of the quick trip until I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah,
And I'm sitting there and I'm
that was purposely
watching
done.
you and Troy talking. I'm like, they're fucking drunk.
No, Troy was drunk. I was drinking a beer, but
then the cut to Sean, and I'm like, he's really fucking.
yeah, he was. He's
He's
really
gone.
drunk.
He's gone. Yeah,
He just kept laughing.
I was just like, Chris was stuck, and then Adam was stuck. And I come in and I got stuck.
So the funny part about Sean, okay, there's a part in the interview with Troy and Adam where you see the door open.
yes.
Okay. Fucking Sean comes in and starts shuffling his feet, all making loud noise. And then he kicked over like bottles of cans of all. I'm like, dude, really? We're fucking doing something here. You're making noise. Like, oh, I didn't know it. I'm like, how do you not know with the camera right here pointed at two guys?
Because he's drunk.
Yeah, true.
He's blind.
Sean, we
so
love
we
you.
call that
We love
blind.
it. Yeah, we
when
love
you don't
that
know how drunk you are, you're blind.
That was actually really weird because that's the first time I'd ever done an interview like that, right? Like I've been interviewed before, but like to just sit there and recap a story. And I was trying to be, I am a good storyteller, and I was trying to be a good storyteller. So, because there was a lot of that trip that just never made it because it was legitimately going to be the quick trip. So like I took 3 batteries out. I was out of camera battery by the time we actually got to the crack. Everybody got through the crack, and my camera was dead. I didn't have any more batteries with me.
Just imagine the footage you would have got after you left.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Of Troy breaking down and then Marvin breaking down.
Right, but I was thinking 5 hours. I know the trails pretty well. I'll hit these obstacles. I'll get this. And so like out of battery. So like I really wanted to tell this story to its fullest extent while doing the interview. And then it was kind of funny because like I'm telling the story, and then Troy's like, "Oh," and then we stopped at the Utah sign. I'm like, "Fuck, man!"
like
I was on
backwards and forwards. I'm like, whoa.
yeah, like from
We
like,
stuck
it
that
was- it was
sticker way up
It was
there.
funny. I just,
Never getting that.
Those stickers aren't there anymore.
I just rewatched.
They got a bigger ladder. I'm just saying. They got a bigger ladder.
I just wanted to, I just rewatched episode 1. Actually, kind of funny. If you guys check out season 2, you might see when it was watched. Maybe we'll see. But anyway, so I rewatched it, and I forgot where I was going with that. But it was from like Grand Junction to Moab. We
I felt that in my chair, bro.
I felt it in my chair.
What the hell,
That was a
dude?
good one. But anyway, like from Grand, the road trip from Grand Junction to Moab, like the way it got told between Troy and I was like 5 miles forward, 15 miles back, 17 miles forward, 8 miles
So
back.
I'm confused. Did you see Jeremy at the car wash, like
in
in
Moab.
so I
Or
took
no,
that-
I'm sorry, in Grand
Fruita.
Junction.
Oh, okay.
Well, Fruita technically,
Yes,
but
okay.
same place.
Okay, now it's in. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like we just
So talking about outtakes.
yeah, because I was laughing, right? Actually, we were laughing at you today. Ryan and I both were watching you guys all pull into the car wash.
Oh yeah.
So I was laughing at Troy too, like, yeah, you better get your Jeep washed because we're gonna go 4-wheeling all week.
You and Bob, or you and Bill
Bill.
pulled in there, and I was like, those motherfuckers are gonna wash their Jeep.
Guess who pulled in behind us?
Jeremy. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no, but I just washed, like, sprayed mine off.
Right.
Jeremy and Jake literally brush.
Yeah. No.
And they're cleaning. I like my Jeep clean.
Well,
But
I
with
like
my
mine
color,
too.
I can just blow it off. It looks clean.
Yeah.
But talking about outtakes, what you asked me to do, like, for
Oh, yeah.
quick trip, like, hey, can you just explain, like, give us a quick video? Dude, that took me 6 hours.
Oh, I'm sure.
So the first one, he had it in portrait mode. And I was like,
Yeah,
I can't use
I
that.
did it in one take. I'm like, yes, that was awesome. I sent
Turn
it to
your
him. He's
phone
like,
this
"Dude,
way."
I can't use that. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, you got to turn the phone that way. I'm like, fuck.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm all mic'd up. I think I had the mic then. Can't remember. But I had the camera sitting there, and it's Georgia
Yeah.
in summer. It's fucking hot.
Right.
So I can't see myself on the camera. I looked and get, yep, if I stand here, I'm good. So I'm talking. I get to the end, I go around the camera, and it's like off. I'm like, what?
I've been talking to myself for 37 minutes.
So I turn the phone back on, won't turn back on. I feel the phone, it's red hot.
Oh fuck.
So I'm like, okay, it turned off because it was hot.
yeah.
So I started again. I go get my other phone, put that on there. I get 20 takes because I'm like tongue-tied now. 'Cause
Right.
I'm really thinking about what I said before because it sounded so good. 54 takes.
So the funny part is the one he finally got right. The beginning says, "Fuck you, Gabe, for making me do this again."
And he edited it. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
So
I was so frustrated.
So we just did something. God, was it? What were we doing? Was it? It was the intro for Crawl America. And Gabe had written this very, very nice script, and we did it one time out in Ryan's shop, and we all read the entire script. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna work, guys. Like, let's just pick a couple you get this paragraph, I'll take this paragraph, you get that paragraph. Let's study it so we can just sit down in front of the Holy,
That's never gonna happen.
No, fuck no. I don't think any of us studied our fucking lines.
You're like, what was I supposed to say?
Yeah, what am I saying? I'm like, I have mine highlighted. Not that I did anything with the printed out fucking script and whatnot, but like, dude, we're just like sitting there and it's like, and then like at the end of it, we all wanted to say, and thank you to our veterans. Dude, I could not get thank you to our veterans out of my fucking mouth. And I think all that got used was a thank you or something like that.
People don't realize that
It's hard to do.
It's difficult to do readings.
Yes.
And if you're not used to reading it out loud or to other people, you're going to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you're talking into a microphone and doing it, and you have to have certain inflections and you have to have certain tones.
Right.
Not everyone can do it. And unfortunately for me, I guess, I mean, I've had a lot of DJ experience in the past, just diamond to the stage, please. But no,
Angel, get in it. You're on deck.
Mercedes,
Like
center
me,
stage.
we're doing a
Remember,
sale
she's dancing for you, fellas.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I was at Lake Powell, beautiful setting.
Lake Powell is beautiful.
Lake Powell.
Yeah.
So the Jeep's in the background. I got the rock in the background. It looked awesome. 54 takes. One because a bike went past. I'm like, that's wrecked. Or I couldn't get the words out that I wanted. I wanted to say, happy Thanksgiving and stay safe out there. That just did not come out.
Well, so Ryan lives. He lives
Over and over and over.
Ryan lives pretty close to DIA, Denver International Airport,
yeah.
for people that don't know. And we were out there doing it in his shop, and it was like, oh my god, dude, that was fucking perfect. But a plane flew over. Do it again. Do it again.
We're not talking like we're kind of close to DIA. Like planes are over my shop.
Yeah, it's like, fuck.
It's pretty much like the F-35 I took off the other day from the airport because I literally live pretty close to
it's like
St.
Diesel's
George.
transmission fan.
Like, it was a lot way louder than that. I actually texted Jeremy Hopper and said, dude, what the hell was that just took off?
Yeah.
And he sent me all these photos. He goes, dude, I don't know, a plane?
one of these.
I'm like, I know that, dude, but this was fucking loud. Like, I love military aircraft. So when I hear or see something, I'm like, I nerd the shit out on that shit.
Yeah.
So, dude, just tell me what plane it was. Is it coming back? When's it coming back?
Right.
He's like, because I've got access to the code to get into the airport. So I'm like, I want to come and photograph it because I want to get a jet in with the Jeep. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Hook me up. It didn't come back.
Andy from Steer Smarts is here, and
Scary moment out on the trail today.
yeah. But when he came in before we did any trails with him, he was out photographing freaking planes, like the plane that can not
the F-35.
move.
It's the F-35.
Yeah, and it goes like straight up and straight down.
lands like a helicopter.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And so he showed me on his phone this picture of the engine. And it was like an airplane. It looked like something from a video game, the picture he took. And you could just see the red flames of just a jet engine. It was retarded.
awesome.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, it's the amount of power those things have. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And any footage you see of an F-35, you sort of look at it and go, no, that's not real.
Right.
Because the way they've colored it, it doesn't look real. It looks like it's superimposed, it's CGI.
Yeah.
It's just not real. But that plane is just crazy. It's
Yeah.
amazing what that plane does.
So
Go America.
USA.
Hey, I think it would be great if there was no war.
Of course.
Of course.
yeah, we all hope for that.
Yeah.
But
Just in
The
case
fa-
there
the
is,
fa-
we have F-35s.
yeah, the fact of the matter is, if there is war, because there will be war,
I'm going to.
Team USA.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I live in the best state for war because we live in a bubble, so we'll be good.
Yeah. Well,
Two-time
so-
And
Wow.
actually, I spun out the other day because I actually walked into a gun safe.
Wow.
I walked into. I'm like,
That is a hell of a gun.
Wait a
safe.
minute. What's that even mean?
It's a gun room.
It's a,
not
like-
a gun safe.
well, it's got a door. It looks like a safe.
What about
And I'm
Jasper?
I'm like, am I
shooting the range?
Oh,
Draw,
dude.
draw.
So I walked in and I'm like, do you own a bank?
Right.
He's like, no, dude, this is where I keep all my guns. And I'm like,
Fuck.
wow, look, there's a 50 cal and a Lapua and a
Another
machine
50
gun
cal.
and another machine gun and an AR-15 and 10 more down below that. And I'm like, dude, if ever anything happens, I'm coming to your house.
Yeah, I'm here.
My wife thinks I have a lot of
He
guns.
has a 70, this is crazy to me. He has a 72-hour bug out bag. I'm like, dude, you live in suburbia, man. What do you need that shit for?
Yeah, my wife thinks I have a lot of guns, and I tell her I don't have many guns compared to a lot of people.
In an apartment, you have a lot of guns.
But get this, people spin out that I have a gun. They're like, dude, don't you have to be a citizen to have a gun? I said, well, I'm a resident. As soon as I got my driver's license, that was the first thing I did.
Holy.
That was a good one.
Thank you. Good push.
Raced into the gun shop, the closest gun shop near home, straight in. Hey, can I get a gun?
What'd you buy?
I don't know, a handgun.
What kind
What
of?
kind?
You know what it is?
Glock.
No, it's not a Glock. It's some German GSK something. I don't know. It's green.
HK?
That might be it. I don't know. It's
VP
a 9mm.
VP9?
That's the one.
BB.
VP9.
Does it say
HK
BB?
VP9?
Yep. Those are nice guns.
Hey man, that's a very good gun to
It
buy
is.
as your first one.
Yeah, I like shooting it.
And-
I think a BB gun
and
would be
now-
the first gun to
You're
buy.
gonna, you're gonna shoot your eye out with that thing, kid.
And now we know how much money Chris has because that gun is
$600.
no. That's like a $800 gun.
I got it for $650.
Oh,
That's a good deal.
That's a smoking fucking deal.
I think.
Well, that was
I think they
also-
were nice to me because it was my first gun, so it was like a present. But still, I had to hand over cash.
Can we do a string purchase? Because I want for that cheap
May
too.
I may not
literally
get in
walked
for
in and I was
that.
like, ah. And then she goes, "Oh, you did something on the screen. It's something about resident, not resident. I pushed the wrong button, and you can't go back." And she goes, "Well, now we have to call them and tell them that you pushed the wrong button." And they've gone, "Oh, okay, it takes 24 hours." I'm like, "Oh, I can't walk out with my gun now."
Nope.
And she says, "No, come back in 24 hours." So I come back in 24 hours, buy my gun. I'm like, and they're like, "You know what? We feel really bad. We'll discount it for you." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I'll buy all this ammunition. And they're like, "Well, which ones do you want?" I said, "I don't know. The heaviest because I want some kick." So they gave me, I think it was 115 grain, which is pretty much nothing. Because they're like, "Well, you're a beginner. You'll feel like this is a kick."
Yeah.
So I said to him, "I know what a kick is. I've shot a 50 cal." Because that's when I went to sheriff's and I got the taste of what a gun is. And they're all spinning out because I'm
Yeah, because
hitting-
they're illegal in Australia, right?
yeah. So I'm hitting target with
Bullshit.
AR-15.
Come on. I was there. You weren't
I've got
hitting
video.
nothing.
Do you want to go back to the video?
Dude, did you hit that Tommy gun?
Yes,
That was awesome.
dude. So this one goes Facebook Live. No, I'm Facebook Live. He comes into the footage and goes, "Hey, dude, have you seen this? It measures your penis. Now come over and look at this. Now this is American penis, and it's on the scale. And he's like, this is where Australians are. This is how big yours is. This is how big Americans is." And I'm like, Facebook Live, and everyone's probably saying, "Who's this guy?" Like everyone in Australia's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" But that was an awesome experience. Again,
That was
I've done something I've never
That's
done.
why I was trying to get you to go to Jasper.
If you want to kick, you need to get a 10 millimeter.
Well, that's my next handgun.
These,
That can kill a bear.
But I have to go back to Georgia to get a handgun. But I can buy a rifle in Utah. I'm like, it's still a gun. Holy shit.
We're American. That's normal.
That's a little bit bigger than a 9mm.
It's a 10 mil.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so it's basically,
A bear killer.
well, yeah, it's a bear killer.
I like
but
the weight of this too.
no, it fits really nice in my hand. But
Glock 29.
that's
From
I think
Austria. I'll be back.
the bear rounds are 200 grain, and I believe that is a 185 hollow point. It'll still hurt a bear, but that's a human round.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Diezel, stand up. We'll shoot you in the leg.
You won't feel it. It's okay.
I don't have guns because I think I would kill myself with a slingshot.
Is that how all those raccoons ended up behind your property?
No,
Hey, I heard the raccoon story.
yeah, so the neighbor kills animals. Like if you get an animal, instead of like you would just
Pop it.
destroy it,
Blow it
with
up?
the
Yeah.
bear killer. They call and be like, "Hey, come get this raccoon," and they come get the raccoon, and then he lets them out because he doesn't have the gumption to kill
So
them.
Julie just
So
arrived in
that's how all the
town.
dead
She's been
raccoons
texting me for the
get.
last half an hour. What's the address of the house?
2511
So I'm in really
Red
deep
Cliff
trouble right now.
Road.
Yeah, we'll be out of here by Monday. Unit L. You guys come knock on the door. We
Building
won't be
6,
here.
Unit L.
We should wrap this up pretty soon right now.
Yeah, we can kind of wrap it up.
Wrap it.
Wrap
it.
Wrap it up like a. Never mind.
Chris's love life is cut this episode short.
No.
No,
Kind of like his penis.
this is one of the longest episodes actually.
We're like, what, hour and 30?
Well, it's
Yeah,
because we had to
we're
2 hours.
You had to
Almost 2 hours.
explain. You had to explain, like, put it into Australian.
Do you want me to
So you
type
have
it?
to interpret it. You know what I mean?
So
Address is fitting.
Fitting.
20.
Fitting 13, 17, 14.
yeah.
How do you say 20?
But anyway, so we got 2 more awesome days out here. Diezel is trying to get us to go do some snow bashing in Colorado on the way home, so we'll see what that turns into.
Either that or I'm going to Vegas.
Hey, you should come to San Hollow.
We should go to San Hollow.
I think Vegas is closed right now.
Yeah,
Like,
Vegas is closed.
I used to strip there. My Vegas
Yeah.
is not closed.
Dude,
Doogie
let's
Howser
not.
or
Is that
whatever it
called
was.
mesquite?
I don't know what that means.
Dive into the
so
stage, please.
when you strip, you meet the opposite sex.
Oh yeah.
And so Vegas for myself will probably be open.
No, it won't be.
So I thought you were
It's
just talking about
completely
this. I
closed.
thought you were just talking about this girl that you're so fond of.
Yeah. I'm confused, Diezel. I'm really confused right now.
Just because I'm going to see a friend that is a girl doesn't mean it's going to be sexual.
Knowing you, I doubt that shit very much.
Yeah.
You're a
You just
Have
said
you
you
ever
were taking
played
clothes
pool
off.
with a fucking rope?
Did you say that earlier today?
Yes.
Was it on the trail or earlier?
Yeah. No, it was when we were sitting there because of fucking meth J's were broke down.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I can only get hard for one girl.
I think that's too much
Ryan?
information.
No.
He looked right at you after he said that.
Oh, the stare, the cold stare it's sexy. Try to deny it.
All right, I think that's about it now.
All right. So make sure you're checking out season 2 of Kingdom Krawl, and you can see all the shenanigans from this weekend. And guys, we thank you so much for taking time out of your very, very busy vacation schedule to come on here with us tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I cannot wait to get back out on the trail with you guys tomorrow.
It's a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun when you have a great group of friends.
And it makes it way easier.
Oh, hang
that
on.
way.
No, you're not friends. You're mates.
Mates.
Yeah,
Because
mates.
friends fuck them
Blokes.
each other.
Brothers.
I mean,
Blokes.
Mate this.
Mates.
Friends fuck each other. And on that note,
That's why you're not a
Good day,
friend.
mate.
all right, guys. So thank you very much.
Cheerio.
You guys will continue to hear us, and we'll keep putting them out. But please, please, please share this and get out there and wheel.
Yeah, and visit our website and buy some clothes.
Yeah.
We won't tell you no. Thanks, guys.